Alright. What's up, everyone? I'm back. Alright. Oh, I can hear myself. What's up, everyone? There you go. Okay. I'm gonna start this timer here. Yeah, and I get in game here in a second. So, before I get started, just wanted to take a moment to kind of go over what I have. Yeah, so since the last time I streamed, I actually did make a trade. Quite a big trade, in fact. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some Trav today. So, okay, well, let's go through this one by one. Since the last time I streamed, I got my first high rune of the season. It wasn't a drop, just so we're clear here. It was Barcode, I think, who bought it off of me. Or bought the P-Gems off of me. It was 88 P-Gems, and he binned it, or he took it for a low. So I got a low rune here, and I could, if I want, use that low rune to make Fortitude right now, if I so desire. I'm just not sure if I want to do that just yet. I think I probably should, but I was really hoping to get my Grizz Caddy first to try that out before I put on the low rune. But granted, if I did use the low rune right now, what is it, El Sol Dol Low, I certainly have all the runes. I think I even have a base to make a Fortitude. That would be a pretty substantial increase in damage. Exactly how big that increase is, let's take a look here. So, Feral Rage. I'm trying to see if I have something that would simulate an extra 300% more damage. Oh, hold on a second. Berserk was here. Yeah, I guess this is the closest thing. So, Feral Rage, 75%. I'm hitting from 563 to 2682. But then if I switch out of this form, and I put on Berserk instead, then I'm actually hitting for 956 to 4555. So I think that I'd actually be like doubling my damage almost. Yeah, I would actually be like doubling my damage if I threw on Fortitude right here, which is a pretty big boost. Pretty massive boost. Actually no, it wouldn't quite be double because I'm also getting 350% damage demons from Laying of Hands, so it'd probably be closer to like a 50% damage increase, like overall damage increase, but still. A pretty big, like, chunk of damage I'm doing to those council members. Anyway, so that's like the big adjustment, or the big change so far. To kind of fill you all in on what my plan for today is, well, first of all, let me go over my gear, and then I'm going to be doing a bunch of Trav. I already hit level 90, so I have two options. I either try to MF in the pit, or I try to go for levels in the pit, or I try to start farming high runes. And I'm pretty broke right now, I gotta be honest. If a Grizz Caddy were to come up, I'd want to offer at least like an IST or something for it. I have an IST, I think, but maybe even a little higher would be nice. It's nice to have a little bit of extra capital. Never mind the possibility of what would happen if I got like a Burr rune or two, like a Burr Jaw, you know, Nick Enigma, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I got a lot of, I have my work cut out for me on this character, for sure. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna talk, I guess, about my character, stats and skills first and foremost. It's mostly the same as the last couple streams. I haven't really adjusted anything, at least in terms of skills, right? My skills pretty much got like 1 point in everything because I've been switching around between the various items that I've been picking up for the masteries, I mean. And then I got some points in 1 point wonders, and the natural resistance, I've been pumping that up. In combat skills, I got everything leading up to Berserk, and then leap attack and leap, and double swing and double throw. These, like leap and whatnot. I got leap and leap attack and double swing and double throw from when I was like trying to actually contribute damage on reset night. And then, of course, Berserk is great for dealing with monsters that are physical immune. So, yeah, got a bunch of points of natural resistance and all, too. Maxed out Howl and Battle Orders. Again, Battle Order speaks for itself, but Howl was mainly so that I could scare off monsters to make it easier to deal with them. Well, yeah, it makes it easier to deal with monsters one by one and CC them properly. Then I got a bunch of points into Find Item to reach the 50% chance. I got a bunch of points in a Warcry to stun monsters for longer, and then I got 1 point Battle Command. I think that's it for my skills, really. As for stats, I have enough points in a Strength to wield my highest Strength requirement item, that being Bone Hew, and a little bit of extra for more damage. I have Dexterity. This was supposed to be for Lacerator or high dex requirement items like Lacerator and my Phase Blade, which requires 136. And then maybe even a little extra for chance to block, and a bit of extra attack rating. Vitality is where the rest of my points went, and I have like 5 stat points remaining now. So that's kind of my little setup here. As for the rest of what I have, well, it's just gear. I have E Reaper's Toll on my Merc, Tal Mask, G Bane, nice little setup to keep him alive for Trav, because Tal Mask gives life steal, Reaper's Toll gives life steal, Deadly Strike, and Decrep, and G Bane gives me DR, MDR cannot be frozen, and it's like max rolls on all of them too, which is really, really nice. And then finally, my current equipment, right now I'm running Bone Hew with Magistaff on Switch for teleport. So Bone Hew is great because it does a lot of raw damage, gives IAS, gives corpse explosion charges. Can't really complain too much about those. I got Wolf Howl as my helm. That's kind of like the whole backbone of this build because I get War Cries out of it. Sorry, because I get Werewolf out of it. I can switch into Werewolf form, and then I can hit pretty quickly. I got Stone, so a lot of defense out of this, and Clay Golem charges. Angelic Rings and Amulet to boost up my attack rating like crazy. Laying of Hands for IAS, Fire Res, damage to demons. Night Smoke for resistances, and then Gores for CB Deadly Strike open wounds. Then I've got my 1917 B-Torch, 12-13-5 Analysis that I worked for, and then the 24 MF Geeds here. I also found this one, all low rolls, and just a small charm to round it all out. So that's kind of my setup, and that's how it's been going. And goal for today, I don't know how long I'm going to be playing for today. I'll go until whenever I feel like. Probably take like a break or two in between if it comes down to it. It's not going to be like a really long stream. At least I don't intend for it to be. I just want to do some farming of Trav, try to get some high runes. That's the plan. Alright, I'm gonna begin. Here we go. Let's see how well we do here. Torque Ice Fist. I'll deal with him first. Really trying to gatekeep them at the doorway here. There we go. That makes 4 of, well, all of them, except for one. Nice and easy. First run of the day. Now the only question is whether or not I want to actually pick any of these items up, really. I mean, I could. I guess I could just pick some of these up and sell them. Try to load up on some gold. When I fill up, I'll maybe toss them over to one of my side characters. Although the problem is I'm going to need to level them. Yeah, I will need to actually level some of them up. I will need to level some of them up so that they actually have the means to really pick up this gold. It's like the big thing. Getting them to level 20 should be just fine, I guess. That would be nice. 253,000. But at this point, I don't see myself really needing that many more tele charges. Hey, Limzor, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Howdy to you too, and hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. How are things with you, Limzor? Thanks for coming on in. I think you're the first one to make it today. And to fill you in on what I'm doing, I'm playing my Fishy Wolf Barb. But unlike last time I streamed, I think my sole goal was to reach level 90, so I reached that solo. Second, hey Saucy, what's up, man? I saw you in game too. Hope your farming's been going well today. So I saw the live, but I was busy with some H3 PvP. Ah, I see. Well, how's that going for you so far? Oh, there we go. My Merc was really close to dying there. Hey, what's that? My first laying of hands. Going well. I finished the video. Let's one says, damn, so many streams this season. You know, is it really a lot of streams? I don't know. I feel like this is like the normal amount. Well, I guess in some of the past seasons, I haven't had the time to really stream more than the opening weekend. I've just been trying to make some time this season, especially because like this build is I still have quite a ways to go before the build is done. So I don't really feel. I feel like there's still a lot of work to be done. I at least want to get Grizz Caddy. Like the whole point of this season was for me to show off Grizz Caddy with all this other stuff. Grizz Caddy with my Wolf Helm. I was supposed to be the whole plan, but you know, things have just not been really going my way, for a lack of better words. LOH. This is Trav 2. I'll put Trav Run 2. There we go. Just so that I can keep a counter here. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. Let's just thank you for stopping in as well. And yeah, I am going to be hitting it hard today. Well, hitting it hard, but it's not. It's gonna be short and sweet. I think I'm gonna farm for like 2, maybe 3 hours is what I'm hoping for. That's my plan, and maybe even a little less than that. We'll have to see. Yeah. But goal here is for me to finish getting to what's it called? I wanted to actually just do some Trav runs. I wanted to actually find like a high rune would be nice, but I don't. Have I not been horking these bodies? I actually may not have been horking these bodies. I am a fool. Man, this is actually pretty sad. I think I have not actually been horking these bodies the whole time, have I? Well, that's okay. I may have to start the account from 0 again. Anyway, yeah. Limzor is asking... Okay, I remember the last stream was something about a booty call. I wanted to ask you if you know the scene in 2.5 Men when Alan tried to explain what booty call meant. No, I actually have no idea. I haven't seen 2.5 Men, so... Yeah, sorry to say, but I wouldn't understand that reference at all. Okay. What is this? Barb skill levels. Huh. Doesn't really help me. Okay, I'll come back for more later. Going well, I finished the video. So which video are you talking about exactly? I thought you said that you were doing PvP. I finished the video. I watched it 100 times and I laugh when I see the part. Oh yeah? I mean, I'm afraid I wouldn't know what that's all about, so... Okay, life stolen per hit 8% and 10 MF2. Wow. Kind of an interesting ring. PvP H3 video by some newbie? Oh, I was so confused because you said you were busy with some H3 PvP. So I thought when you said that you meant that you were watching, like you yourself were playing some H3 PvP. So I got hella confused for a sec. Okay, my bad. Video PvP. Ah, gotcha. All right. Well, some newbie. Huh. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Always fun to watch some PvP from others, especially when it comes to this game you speak of, H3, I guess. But yeah, no PvP here today. It's just gonna be good old-fashioned Trav runs, and yeah, I mean, I gotta really trying to I'm really trying to get like my runes and all that, you know, because right now I'm like hella broke. Now it's time for PvE. Yeah, that's the plan. Although I have a hunch that you'll be watching more PvP action tomorrow if I know these sorts of things well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think that's it. I guess I'll get an amulet. Yeah, flying axe. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Got my antlers. I'm like pretty loaded. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe in some of these seasons I should play more than one character, but I feel like a lot of these items like go to waste sometimes. But it would be quite a struggle. Like, I'm already pretty limited on how much time I can play, and I like to focus all that effort on one character. If I had to do multiple characters, that would be a pain. Okay, there we go. I'm like maxed out on gold, so I gotta actually figure out, before I go any further, I have 2 other characters, right? Let me see if I can fetch them real quick. Okay. Here's my assassin. How much gold have I loaded up on my assassin so far? 2.5 million. Okay. As a general rule of thumb, I will stick with 2.5 million here. Okay, next character. Okay, this guy's level 1. So here's what needs to happen now. I'm gonna actually spend some time trying to level up my other characters, but I'm gonna do it on players 3, just to make things a bit easier for myself. I don't wanna... Well, I mean, to be honest, I should do it on players 4. Who am I kidding? Let me pull these guys in real quick. B11. Let's load this all up. Then I'm going to pull one more box in here. And then I should be ready to do some leveling. And just for context, why exactly am I going through this trouble? Well, here, let me show this real quick. You see that my characters are level 1 and 2, right? That means that they can only carry 10,000 gold each in their inventory, right? Because the amount of gold you can carry in your inventory is equal to your level times 10,000 gold pieces. And so if I wanted to transfer 2.5 million gold, it would take me a substantial amount of time. But if I kind of level them up to, oh, I don't know, let's say like level 20. I think level 20 is a pretty reasonable amount. Then you can carry 200,000 gold per batch, which is fine. That's like acceptable. Just not freaking 10,000 per. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, because after level 20, like trying to level them does become a bit of a pain, I admit. But until then. Okay, so now I bring this guy over here. This guy over here. And I guess I can get going. Anyway. I watched it 100. It was my cousin and a friend were at my place and we are kind of wasted. Okay. They just left, so I'm not really in a playable situation, so I'll just watch it. Oh, okay, yeah. You're in the right place if just watching is what your intention is. Yeah, man. That is why I'm here for. Oh, there you go. That was a lot of XP. I got like 5 levels out of that, just outright. You see? Yeah, I mean, I'll try my best to put on a good show for you. No guarantees, no promises, of course. I am just trying to level my characters and trying to farm gold and mainly trying to get high runes. It's like the big thing. Wanted to continue the Zealer, but it's impossible. Well, what's the problem with your Zealer? You know, you are... You are actually tempting me to just drop what I'm doing on a whim and then switch over to Zealer. He is okay, I'm not. Oh, actually? Yeah, because I think I talked about this last stream. I think you were there for that when I was saying, like, yeah, I've never actually done, like, a... I've done playthroughs of the game before with most of the classes, but usually when I do, like, a playthrough, I'm doing it, like, with, like, a meta build of some kind, right? I've never actually done a run where I'm playing, like, let's say, like, a Zealer or something. So part of me is kind of tempted to give that a try. So if it's like nigh impossible for you, then maybe I give that a try. But the other one I was gonna try to do was like a physical Boazon. But okay, I thought about it. I actually gave it quite a bit of thought, and I'm like, oh, that actually sounds pretty miserable to play. Which I don't mind, but that's something that would take me like multiple streams. Like I need to set aside like more than like 1 or 2 streams for that, I suspect. So I might have to hold off on that one for now. Okay, there we go. Work that. Flawless. I'm gonna throw these guys back in. And what is my level now here? Level 7. Great. It's pretty good, I would say. I started my own challenge to finish with all of them because I never play anything besides Sork. You started your own challenge to finish with all of them. Oh, I see. Well, you're talking about with every class in the game, or you're talking about just with any, like, with like melee build specific or like physical based builds? Because I think that for the most part, every class. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I've done, funny enough, I did Amazon. Never done Lightning Fury, but I have done Boazon. But it was like, I think it was a Frost Maiden I did. Yeah, I did Frost Maiden through the game. I've done Trapsin. I think that was my first season on Slash. My first ladder reset on Slash. I've definitely done Sork. There's no question about that. I think I've done Paladin on D2R. I've done Druid. I remember playing a fire-based Druid, and I actually streamed that. That was a pain. So what's left? I've never done Barbarian. And I think there's Nurko. I think I have. Have I done Nurko? I actually, you know something? I've never actually done a Necro from normal to hell, but I don't know if I have much of an interest, right? Like, Barbarian sounds challenging, but Necro just sounds like I would load up on, like, either Skeletons or Poison and call it a day. Like, I actually probably just go, like, clear the game on Poison, easy. Poison and CE, of course. So, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it, anyway. Alright. Let me get some of these guys here. Necro is punishment? You think Necro is punishment? No shot, dude. No way that you would say that Necro is punishment, but no comment regarding Barbarian. Like, Barbarian sounds like true pain, honestly. Like, Barbarian actually sounds like it could be like a genuine form of torture. Not that I hate Barbarian at all. I love playing Barbarian. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, I'm gonna call a spade here. There is a Barbarian in this game. Oh, yeah, right. If that's how you want to look at it, then okay, look, Barbarians exist, okay? They might not be the most glamorous class in the game, but they are still a class in the game. And I am playing Barbarian myself, but obviously when I say playing Barbarian, I'm talking about like going through the game like as a Barbarian myself, start to finish, like normal, or like fresh start to like Hellbale, right? I've never done that before. I played plenty of Barb though, like over the seasons. I've been here for like on Slash since like what, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So I played a lot of Barb over the years. Let's see. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of Barb. I've actually been pretty even about how many classes I play. Like I'm not like, how do I explain this? So when I play on Slashdiablo, I tend not to play the same class twice in a row, let alone the same build. The only exception that I've ever done was the Pit's Poison Mancer. Or, I shouldn't call it Pit's Poison Mancer, just Poison Mancer. The only reason I played Necro twice in a row was because the first iteration of Necro sucked so badly and my luck was so terrible that I was like, okay, you know what, I can do it better than the second time as compared to the first time, so I did that. So, that was the only time I did 2 in a row. Hey, sup Apple? Apple TV, hey, good evening. Good evening to you too. How are you doing, Apple? We're getting some Slashdiablo gameplay in here, and I'm just trying to level some characters so that they can actually carry my gold. And we're also having a fun little discussion on, I don't know how much of the game, like how far you've gotten before, Apple, but Limzor is trying to go through the game as a Zealer. And I was kind of reflecting on how I've actually played through the game with most of the classes, but I've never really done these like physical-based playthroughs or like physical-based builds. Let's say like Zealer or Boazon, right? You're pretty good. Okay, well I'm glad to hear that. I'm knee-deep into playing SSF in PD2. Pretty fun. Okay, well that's amazing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people recently getting into SSF on PD2. What is up with that, if you don't mind me asking? Is there some kind of competition on it, or like what's going on there? I always wondered. Like, is it just something that one day everyone was like, you know what, we should all just play SSF, more fun that way? Or is there like some kind of competition actively going on, or did they like because I've always talked about how if in D2R they released like an SSF game mode, I would binge that. I'd honestly, like, I love Slash, but don't get me wrong, if they suddenly were like, hey guys, yo, we have an SSF ladder, I would actually just end, like, I'd shut down Slash right now, and I'd install D2R, or reinstall D2R, and then I would actually just play a bit of D2R. I wouldn't only exclusively play D2R, but I would play D2R, just because, yeah, like, I want to actually see what it's like to do, like, an SSF ladder. Something that I've wanted to do for a long time. The season's been out for a couple months, so it's just that time. I thought that, didn't they do a reset recently, or am I tripping out here? No competition, I just need to play without trading as I normally do, but the whole trading part becomes too big part of the game IMO. That's fair. I kind of agree with, like, an all or nothing sort of approach. I mean, like, obviously everyone's different, right? Like, at the end of the day, play however you feel like, but I do feel like sometimes trading does make the game a little... I'm not talking about on Slash specifically. Slash specifically, it's very difficult for me to get my shit even without... even with trading. Because, like, sometimes, like, the items I'm looking for are a little obscure, like, let's say, like, Earth Shitter, right? If I had to self-find my own Earth Shitter, or, like, I had to self-find my own TC-87s, I think it would be, like, not impossible. Like, I'd be here all season, and I just don't have the time for that, sadly. But if I were to play, like, a more meta-based build, like, let's say, like, CE Necro, or... let's say like Blizzsork or something, then yeah, probably things would be a lot easier for me. So anyway, basically I'm trying to say that I can actually understand, I think, the need that people have for some sort of challenge. Or at least that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. That's sort of what it sounds like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Whole trading part becomes too big. Yeah, like, I don't know, there's something very satisfying about just, like, playing solo and then you're just, like, finding all of your own items. Like, it feels like that much more impactful. Yeah, no, I sort of get it. SSF is its own, like, at the end of the day, I still much prefer playing with others on Slash, but I've done, like, a bit of SSF before on Slash. SSF in the sense that, like, maybe like the first day or two I would see how far I get, and yeah, every time I got like an item, oh man, it was like hella exciting. Similar situation with grailing, right? Like, yeah, those things actually suddenly made every item that shows up is actually like very meaningful. Okay, I can Take this guy out. Take this guy out. Hork them. Like 11 weeks ago? Oh wow, the season's been out for 11 weeks already. Okay, I did not know that. Well, I mean, I don't really keep track of these sorts of things, but I guess I sort of should, just because... I guess I sort of should keep track of these things, since I guess it kind of... I mean, I should know, because a lot of you guys are also PD2 players as well, right? So... Scheisser. Is just for me if I feel like I want to be the best I can. I need to spend most of my time training. Yes, I agree. No, I completely get you on that. Not for Slash, but I can like... I think the best give me a second. I'm like trying to think of here, hold on a second. Let me just detonate this pack. I'm trying to come up with like a good example here, but I completely understand where you're coming from, right? Like, even though I don't play PD2, like I think that's just the case in general for like a lot of other games where if you want to get your best possible character, then you have to trade. That's just how it is. I mean, even on Slash specifically, that's how it goes. If I'm not trading, then of course I'm going to be at a big disadvantage in terms of farming, well, yeah, in terms of like getting my equipment as opposed to somebody who is actively trading, right? I mean, I guess even in D2R. D2R, you know what? Actually, yeah, D2R, this is how it went. The first 5 days I was trying to self-find my, the first 5 days of Season 1, I remember I was trying to self-find my own Burr rune because I found my own Jaw rune. I think I made it a Jaw Sir, and I'm like, alright, by the time I was at like day 5, and I'm like, okay, I had enough wealth, I could just trade everything into a Burr rune if I want. But I wanted to actually earn that last little bit. If I had just made that trade on day 5, then I'd already have had Enigma, and I could have been like turbo farming everything else day 6 and onward. But I decided to take the slow route, and well, as a result of that, it was obviously much slower, right? Like, yeah, it took me an extra 2 days, and then eventually I was like, okay, well, I waited about a week, and I was like, I didn't get it, so eventually I just paid for it myself. Like, I just ended up making the trade anyway, but I wanted to at least try, see if I could get it myself. And yeah, like, at the end of the day, I guess it's just, it would have been a lot more efficient for me to just get what I was looking for from the get-go, right? But I would have felt a lot less accomplished for sure. So, yeah, that's kind of what I know. Like, there's no way to really half-ass it either. You're either, like, some people are like, oh, you can kind of play, like, some SSF, some not, but it's kind of, at that point, you kind of have to draw a bit of an arbitrary line. If you say, like, you're purely SSF, then, you know, like, pure SSF is pure SSF, but if, for example, you want to do, like, SSF only for high rune stuff only, like, you could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But, then it becomes a little hazier, right? Like, if you're trying to explain to somebody, oh yeah, I played like partial SSF, and you have to kind of explain like this and that, versus like you're fully trading, or you're just fully SSF. Anyway, either way, I mean, I'm not here to dictate the right or wrong way to play the game. I think that as long as people are having fun, that's great. But me personally, I get a lot of enjoyment. I did single player this time. Oh, okay, nice. I think the thing for me is, wait a second. You said you did single player. You mean like PD2 single player? I thought that they don't support single player in PD2, unless you're talking about like you got to play online, but you just don't join other people's games. They do. Oh, they do support it. Oh, interesting. Huh. I could have sworn that there was a time where they didn't, unless I'm thinking like Path of Diablo or something. But same single player as normal D2. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm not here to dictate what the right way to play the game is by any means, right? I'm just saying that, yeah, like me personally, I do also get, what the hell, that was some desync. Yeah, I definitely get like a different sense of accomplishment from completing my character fully versus completing my character, or like working on my character myself fully, right? Especially because here's the beautiful thing about playing SSF. Everything could be kind of useful in an SSF. Like there's actually plenty of reason for me to hoard, because let's say I'm playing like a melee Zealer, right? Well, I'm not going to have access to grief from the very beginning. So every melee weapon I find could actually be an upgrade or a side grade of some kind, where it might be useful for farming specific areas, but less useful in farming other areas. So I don't know. It's definitely a different way of playing the game. Playing SSF versus like you're like trading with people. And both are really fun in their own right. At the end of the day, being able to interact with other people kind of wins out for me. But I've done like I've tasted SSF, and that has a very, how do I explain? I like playing with other people in the sense that, yeah, like a slashers, it's like a small tight-knit community, and it does feel almost like group self-found in a way. Almost. But yeah, like playing single player, it's like, yeah, everything you find, like you work for yourself, right? That's how it is. Anyway. You have to trade and keep informed about what is good for every other class and the best builds and the meta and the stuff, and I can't always keep up. Yeah, it's probably even worse for you playing on, what is that? On PD2, because PD2 has like a different set of rules as compared to vanilla, right? Like in my case, in vanilla, like, I already kind of have a good grasp of what people need in vanilla, because it's vanilla, like it's been out for like many years, and you know, every now and then there might be the occasional, like, somebody's, like in my case, this season I'm looking for Grizz Caddy, right? So if I were an outsider looking inward, and I needed a Grizz Caddy, right? Then, okay, that's something else to keep track of. But that just happens to be because it's what I'm playing for the season. Versus in PD2, they actually make a lot of adjustments season after season. One, like, you know, maybe in the patch notes they'll be like, hey, yeah, no, materials gives like 20 to like double throw or something. So like double throw is meta, and so now everybody's looking for like double throw equipment. And then, yeah, like depending on that, it could also dictate the price of a lot of these items. Other seasons, it could be kind of worthless, this double throw item, because maybe something else is stronger, or maybe they got nerfed, right? So, yeah, I guess bottom line is the prices are pretty stable on vanilla, because, I mean, like, actually, that's the funny thing. On Slash, in the past, right, like, nowadays not so much because there's so few people on the server, but I remember, like, there have been seasons where like necro equipment is actually, like, necro's like god tier for that season, just because a lot of people just happen to feel like playing necro that season, and then other times where people didn't give a shit about necro at all, and they care about, like, let's say Amazon instead. So I think my favorite example of this was my second iteration of my poison necro. Day 2, I think, of the ladder, we were offering like a gull. You know, Trang Helm, or sorry, not Trang Helm, it was Trang Wing, you know, the shield for Trang set? Yeah, people were offering Gull Rune for that. That was like half a Vex Rune, you know? Yeah, people were offering... Yeah, people were offering, people were actually offering Gull Rune, because there were 3 poison necros that season that needed it, myself included. And then here's another funny little example. Yeah, you know the item Raven Lore? Raven Lore is the, it's the unique helm for a Fissure Druid, right? Because it's got like minus enemy fire res or whatever. Yeah, that thing sold for like... I remember that was one that people were offering like, what was it, Vex or something for it? Somebody who was actually playing, like, trying to play Fissure Druid was offering Vex, like, yeah, just off of supply-demand. Oh, you don't know it? Oh, okay, well, that's an item in vanilla, so I know that they would have it in PD2. And you said, too, prices in PD2 changed a lot for how long the season that, has been out. Yeah, I think that's that's one of the I like to call that one the Shaco effect, actually. I think Shaco's my perfect example of what you're, like, that phenomenon you're talking about, because Shaco, like, yeah, a lot of people need Shaco early ladder, but by the time you get to, like, you know, later on, right, then it's like, even like a week into the ladder, suddenly Shakos are, like, largely worthless. Yeah, the Shaco effect. I like to refer to it as. I think it's a good it's a pretty good name for it, because yeah, Shaco is like probably the item that suffers from this phenomenon the most. That's at least based on my experience, at least in vanilla. I mean, like, obviously it's not a, it's opposite in PD2. Prices just go up and up. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, right. I guess that would make sense, because you're trying to find, like, these, like, let's say Skid of the V Magi drops, and you're, like, trying to corrupt it, right? And trying to make it, like, a GG sort of armor and all that. That was my guess, anyway. Okay, level 16. Trying to get a little closer here. Okay. Really hoping that these archers don't go after my other characters here. The ones that are just chilling on the side, you know? There we go. X2. And if my wolf would stop sitting and being lazy, that'd be nice. Alright. I think that's the end of it. Level 16. Yeah, the other guy's, like, about to level up too, but I think that's a good stopping point. And out I go. Nephrune. Okay. Great Hauberk. See? Yeah, items you would still be looking for endgame go up and up, BIS perfect items. I see, fair enough. Yeah, I'm playing 4 characters at once here. These are all mine. So, you've been here before, so, I mean, I figure you would have been used to this by now, but, so the way it works on Hey, Zivko, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Hope, things are going well with you. So, for context as to, you know, these 4 characters, on Slashdiablo, the private server that I'm playing on, we get access to map hack and multi-boxing. So map hack speaks for itself, but multi-boxing allows us to have multiple windows of the game open at once. We can use these typically for the purposes of self-rushing, self-leveling, self-muling. But another use of these boxes is, well, actually, the self-leveling thing, I guess, is perfect here. This is actually some hybrid between self-rushing and self-muling that I'm doing right now, because part of the reason I'm trying to level these characters is to get them to level 20 just so that they can hold my gold. Because right now I'm sitting on, like, how much gold do I have? Right now I have, like, 2.5 million gold on hand. And I actually would prefer to hold on to this gold if possible. Since I like using this gold for, like, tally charges or corpse explosion charges or anything to do with charges. I could also just gamble them all away, but I'm a little reluctant to do that because, me personally, there's not that much that I need from gambling, but there's definitely a lot of value that I can get out of actually yeah, there's a lot of value that I can get out of using this gold for charges, and that's basically the gist of it. So, there you go, Apple. That's the situation. That's me in multi-boxing. And, yeah, I need to level these guys to have, like, higher level so that they, like, I can actually, like, because right now they can only carry, like, 10k gold each per load. So, I'm trying to, oh, shit. No, they actually died. Fuck, I actually lost quite a bit of gold there, I think. Let's see. Oh, should I take it back? Maybe I didn't lose that much gold? Yeah, I didn't actually lose that much gold. Never mind me. Okay, give me a second. Let me actually just detonate the Just get rid of these so that I don't have to deal with them later. Them like respawning and all that. Yeah, I was doing such a good job at keeping these guys alive, but whenever these devil... Wait a second. What the... Hold on. What the hell is going on here? Oh, ooh, nope. That's okay. I'm good. I guess I didn't BO myself? That would make the most sense, right? Yeah, I didn't BO myself on my way in. It's awkward. Yeah, I almost died there. I was wondering how my merc died, and then I got cursed. It's like, alright, that's a little spicy. I'm gonna have to play it a little more carefully here. Alright, so I'm gonna try for a round 2 here. These guys are level 17, just gonna get a couple extra levels. I'm gonna stop at, oh shit. Oh, these guys hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna stop once I reach level 20 though. You finished watching Mr. Glass? What the heck is Mr. Glass? Man, I'm uncultured swine, I must say. Okay, so these guys are like level 17 and a half now. Nice, nice. I'm gonna move these guys into the corner, and I think I should be A-okay. Now... See, why the hell is this guy able to, like, go so far with his, res? Like, this should actually, it should be, like, way smaller than that, man. That's just not fair. Alright. A GC. Alright, fine. I'll blow up these corpses, too. Should have actually horked them. What am I doing? I should just hork these corpses. I don't need to blow them up at all. Well, that's a little awkward. Oh well, whatever. There's a movie called, with Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis called Unbreakable. Unbreakable. I feel like I should know this film, but I don't. There's a lot of films, I guess, I don't really know enough of. I think part of the... I was actually thinking about this. I think maybe part of the issue is that when I have free time, if I have free time, then I usually spend a lot of it either... like doing streams. Doing streams or gaming in general, I guess. And it doesn't really leave me with much time to really learn a lot of these like movies that people really enjoy so much. Also anime. If I do watch stuff, it's to do with anime. But as fate would have it, there don't seem to be too many people who really watch that much anime that I interact with. I know that there's plenty of people who watch it, but not like... But even actually, come to think of it, even like the people who I know of that watch anime don't tend to watch the same animes that I watch, so it's kind of funny how that works. Kind of superhero movie before they were cool and famous, so it's like a much older film then, I guess. Wait a second, I'm on the wrong box. I'm like, how did I get one-shotted? It's because I'm got the wrong guy here. Alright. Alright, let me just hork these guys so that they can't be rezzed. Yeah, that would be a good idea, I think. Oh. Okay, now I can detonate the others. Nice. Okay, cool, cool. Zivko says, I've watched Naruto, Tokyo Ghoul, One Punch Man, Death Note. You know, that's a better roster than most in terms of how close we are to actually having seen the same ones. I watched Naruto, like among those I've watched Naruto, minus the fillers, and One Punch Man. But it pains me to say, I've never actually watched Death Note. Either way, that was besides the point. My point that I was trying to make was that, like, when I'm really reflecting on it, the majority of people that I interact with, that I talk to, don't actually watch, like, they watch a lot of these shows, like, you yeah, like a lot of these shows, maybe like, okay, we take Game of Thrones off the table for a second. I watch a lot of these shows that are, that I'm just not really, they're not just shows, but shows and movies, I guess, that I actually am not familiar with at all. And yeah, I mean, if somebody were to talk to me about, like, let's say Naruto, then yeah, maybe I might know like a lot more there than the average person, but you ask me about something like, I don't know, Unbreakable, and I'm like, nope, I have no clue about that one. Even Tarantino films, I think I've seen, like, among them I've only seen Pulp Fiction, and what was the other one? Book. I think it was Django Unchained, yeah. Django Unchained. I've always wanted to see Inglourious Bastards, but I've never gotten around to that one. I've seen parts of Inglourious Bastards, but I've never actually watched the entirety of it. As much as it pains me to say that. So, anyway. Death Knight kind of dragged a lot with the tennis scene taking a few episodes. Was that really a few episodes? Huh. People used to talk about Death Note like it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But you know something? You know something? In comparison, like, you cannot, like, as somebody who watched, like, DBZ and like, some of these... Bleach? I don't know if you've ever seen Bleach, but that was, like, filler central. Some of those fillers, like, holy, I never thought that shit would end. Like, it was crazy. Django Unchained I've seen 1,000 times. Ah, well, I don't blame you. It's a good movie, for sure. But, definitely not exactly the most appropriate of films. Can't really imagine going to, like, you know, can you imagine? You're, like, talking to some random people, you're like, oh yeah, my favorite movie is Django Unchained. Not to say that it is my favorite movie, it's not, but still, it'd be like, what the... It just... Yeah, it's kind of an interesting look. Hey, wow, I got 2 uniques out of that. I got a Bazinet and a Chukonu. That's Demon Machine, I believe. What the... Oh! Oh, no, sorry, that's 3 uniques. That's a Geeds along with a Bazinet and a Chukonu. I wonder what the odds of getting, like, these uniques out of the chest are. Maybe make, like, a chest running kind of character. I mean, Sork would be best for that, but I'd want to see if... I don't know. Maybe there's other chests in the game where you can try to farm those for uniques instead, too. That'd be kind of cool. I think the one at Halls of Pain or the one at Glacial Trail, those ones, could be pretty decent. Anyway, alright, let's pull these up one at a time. Chukonu, Bazinet. I believe this is Rockstopper. No, this is Darkside Helm. Nice. So Darkside Helm, and this is Demon Machine. Hell yeah. In some seasons, like, this would be the kind of, just the kind of weapon I'd be looking for some, like, enchant Sork or something. And then, of course, there's this Geeds. Okay, so I'm actually going to chart those down as drops. Demon Machine. And this was Pits. And then, I also got a Geeds. So for the Geeds, I will get this guy to ID it. And holy wow, yo, this is incredible. I did not know. You guys know the game, how low can you go? Alright, yo, so check this out, right? Just for comparison, 26, 90, and 11. Alright, let me show you the one I got, alright? The one that I got was 23, 82, and 14. I actually did not know that my Geeds could go any lower, but it did. That's actually quite impressive, I must say. Wow, alright, I gotta chart that down as a drop, but shit, like, if this game would actually give me 1 good Geeds, I would appreciate it, thank you. Unreal. And I'll actually put it in as Pits with an asterisk. Usually asterisk I denote as having pulled it out of a chest of some kind. Like the golden chest or whatever. Inglourious Bastard scene is an absolute terror. Christoph Waltz, I believe was his name. Christoph Waltz is, like, I wouldn't say he carries the film or something along those lines, but I would say that he does an excellent job. Like, that is presence, you know, like, Like, he has that very, he shows up on screen and he's like hella intimidating. It's, yeah, I mean, I don't know how the, what was the term? Gravitas? There's like, you know, sometimes when characters in fiction show up, you know that, like, you're just like, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time when watching them. Like, that's how it is. Oh, what the? Did I mess this up? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, like, that's how it is, right? Like, there's some times where you're just watching a scene, and it's like, you fear for the characters because of how, I guess, intense the presence of a character is. Even if they have, like, no powers, even if they are cornered, it's kind of like... It's kind of like Joker from Dark Knight, or from The Dark Knight, right? Where if you see Joker, it's like he could be tied up and everything, but he could also still be just 2 steps ahead of everybody else. Yeah, he could be 2 steps ahead of everybody else, and you as the viewer and the main character Batman knows that, right? So it's like you can never let down your guard around the Joker because you never know what kind of crazy bullshit he'll come up with to weasel his way out of a situation. It's kind of like that. It's like, oh, you think you got me, but actually, ... You know? They almost didn't make it because they couldn't fill his role. Oh, you're talking about Hans Landa, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, in a way, that entire film kind of revolves around Hans Landa, in a manner of speaking, right? Like, the film would not work as well as it does without Hans Landa. As bizarre as it is to say, like... Oh, wait, am I out of charges on Corpse Explosion? Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to take them out the old-fashioned way. I can take them out the old-fashioned way too, that's fine, but... Yeah, I prefer doing it with my Corpse Explosion if possible. Yeah, Saucy says, I've watched too much anime to list, been watching it for 20 plus years. That's fair. That's totally fine. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, when I watch TV shows, or when I watch anything, okay, like for me, movies, shows, anime, like, maybe I'm, like, kind of an oddball in this regard, but I usually just see them all as, I guess, like, TV shows / movies. Like, I tend not to differentiate very much, because at the end of the day, all of these things are really just, at their core, they're telling a story, right? And we're passive observers in it. It's not like when I'm gaming where, okay, if I'm playing a game where there's a story attached to it, well, I have to actively make decisions, conscious decisions, to actually advance the plot, right? That's how it goes. So, really, watching, like... So, okay, that's a little off topic. Like, going back to what I was just trying to say originally. Anime. I don't watch that many, I don't watch that many shows, but when I do, it's usually anime. And whenever I watch anime, it's usually only a select few animes that I watch. So that's why I'm saying, like, I know Naruto and Bleach pretty reasonably well, I think. You know, like, I know, like, a little, like, quite a bit about, let's say, like, Game of Thrones. I know that's not an anime, but I'm just, like, looking at my roster here. I know House pretty well. I know Game of Thrones pretty well. I know Arcane really well. But after that, it's kind of like... Yeah, if you were to ask me about a lot of these movies and shows, I actually have no fucking clue. I have this thing for 90s movies, like Contact, Deep Impact. I don't know Contact and Deep Impact, but I will say I have a soft spot for Predator. Predator and, what was the other one? Oh yeah, T2. I firmly believe that T2 is one of the greatest movies ever made. Like straight up. Like Terminator, you know. You watched, also watched Ragnarok anime, that was really something. Yeah, I heard some people who were really into Ragnarok, and I was like... and I can highly recommend it. Yeah, fair enough. How do I explain this? I don't know. My backlog of shows to watch is massive. I think the next, if I could choose one to watch right now, I'm still probably at like Star Wars. Well, yeah, all six episodes of Star Wars, not counting 7, 8, and 9, of course. And then also, what was the other one? Oh yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. I watched the second one, but I didn't actually watch the first one. So a lot of the references from the first one were lost on me. Like I went to go watch it with some people, and then at the end of the film, they were like, "Wow, that was great." You remember that scene, that callback to like this thing, like the first movie in this way? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck was going on there, like because I've never watched the first one. They're like, "Oh, dude, you need to go watch the first one." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, it would have been nice to know that before I went into this film." I guess it makes sense. I mean, it's a sequel to the first one. It's kind of like watching John Wick 4 without watching John Wick 1, which I actually know some people who did that, and they were confused as fuck. They're like, what's so funny about, John Wick killing 3 people with a pencil? It's like, well, I mean, you see, there's a story behind that. 80s movies are great. Blade Runner, probably my favorite movie. I see. Yeah. 80s movies. Yeah, no, 80s movies were something else. True Lies was another one. I think that one was 90s, though, if I'm not mistaken. True Lies was another really good one, right? That's funny. I made my missus and her brother come to the cinema and watch John Wick 3 without watching the other two. Bro, they must have been so fucking confused. Like, actually. Can you just imagine the movie kicks off, John Wick 3, and you just see a guy running away from everybody, and then, like right off the bat, he's like ambushed by some guy who's like fucking 6'6", and then like has to like get into a struggle. It's like, how do we end up here? Who is this John Wick character, right? There's a colossal amount of context missing. Like, I mean, you can still watch like any movie without having any context. This is true, but like, it's like, who is this guy and what is he doing? And then never mind the fact that in John Wick 3, like, after the opening sequence, he's like getting chased by a bunch of people, and they go into that house with all the they go into that antique shop with all the knives around them. Oh man, it was a great scene. It was an amazing sequence, but like, I can't imagine watching that without any prior context or knowledge as to who John Wick is. That seems kind of sacrilegious, almost. Oh, actually, I told him they killed his dog and stole his car, so he's killing them. That's funny. Yeah, no, it's sort of true, though. Like, that as ridiculous as it is, like, that is the whole backbone. Oh, shit, I just realized I don't have BO up. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, as ridiculous as it is, the entire movie is predicated on the fact that they stole John Wick's car and killed John Wick's dog. Oh, man. Yeah, like, that's actually crazy. But, I mean, that's kind of what makes the film so enjoyable. Like, the man is straight up going on a rampage, like, because of a... I don't know. It's just the whole film. It's great, honestly. But, unpopular opinion, as cool as John Wick 3 and 4 are, well, I got a number of hot takes between, like, John Wick, and the John... Hey, there we go. They're finally level 20. Good. I can actually give up on this now. Oh. Unpopular opinion about the John Wick franchise, though. To be honest with you guys, first of all, I actually like John Wick 4 the least. And second of all, I think that John Wick 1 was arguably the best John Wick. Arguably. It's a crazy take, but I think I will stand by those. Alright? For a number of reasons. Like, everyone was like, oh yeah, John Wick 4 was the best, it was so fancy. But what the fuck is even going on in John Wick 4? At least in John Wick, 2 and 3, at least there's almost some level of coherence as to what's going on with the plot. But by the time John Wick 4 comes around, it really is like style. What was it? Style over substance? I think that's the phrase for it. At least this is my take on it, right? Like, not everyone's going to agree. But with John Wick 1, here's the thing. The thing about John Wick 1 is it was a very personal sort of film, right? If the John Wick 2, 3, and 4 did not exist, I mean, like, The Legend of John Wick probably wouldn't be as popular, but, like, in John Wick 1, really, at its core, it's a man that is, like, that is so affected by grief that he returns to his past life as a mass murderer to, like, avenge his dog and to get his car back, right? That's what John Wick 1 is. And that's like a very, I don't even want to say relatable. Relatable is not the right word for it, but it's more like you can kind of understand the it's like you can really empathize with the character, right? He's digging up, like, with his bare hands, he's like digging up his past and he's like going back into the life that he was trying to leave. Yeah, but then by the time you reach John Wick, like, I guess John Wick 2 and whatnot, they actually delve a lot more deeply into his roots as an assassin, which, again, isn't a bad thing, but it also means that this story that was being told about a man who is, like, trying to get his car back and get his dog back, or who's trying to avenge his dog, it's like, it's not about that anymore. It started off with that, but then a lot more of the focus gets shifted elsewhere by that point. Anyway, I need a second. I'm like transferring gold between my characters now. And Zivko says 1 to 3 is my favorite. Anytime Ip Man is in any movie, he has to be super special, flying or blind, or one with the force blind. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I very much enjoyed, Donnie Yen's performance as Kane. John Wick is another franchise that I am pretty intimately familiar with too, by the way. Aside from, what was it? It was, oh yeah, right, the Continental. We don't talk about the Continental. That I don't know what the fuck was going on in that TV show either. I had no interest in the Continental. But everything else, even like Ballerina, I actually really liked Ballerina. I had a lot of people that were hating on it, and to be honest, there were quite a few gripes I had with it. It was by no means like a perfect film. I'd maybe give it like a solid, like, what, 7 maybe out of 10, maybe at best. But still, it was a fun watch. Like, I don't think that it deserved as much flack as people gave it, but I can also understand why it didn't have enough. It didn't actually generate enough revenue on its own. Like, it just does not. I actually really like Ana de Armas, the actress for it, but it's not. She by herself, I guess, is not enough to warrant that everyone will come check out that movie. I guess, to be fair, though, too, like, John Wick was in a similar boat, right? Like, when John Wick started, it wasn't exactly, like, the biggest box office hit. Anyway. So, yeah, going back to it, Aliens 1 and 2. Yeah, Aliens 1. I didn't watch Aliens 2, but Aliens 1 was great. Yeah, John Wick 1, I think a lot of people I think the thing is, like, John Wick's situation isn't what I would call well, it actually is, I feel like, relatable, because imagine if somebody, like, if you're like a pet owner, right? And then somebody stole your car and killed your dog, and especially if that dog was like, it was like a gift, like a parting gift from, like, your wife or somebody who's, like, very near and dear to you, then yeah, probably you'd want to, like, you would probably feel enough anger that you'd want to take it out on anyone, anything, the whole world, like, especially the people who went and kind of turned your life into a living hell. Yeah, probably it's in that regard. I'm not trying to say that it's justified, but it's certainly an it's a reaction that is sort of understandable. But by the time you get into, like, John Wick, and even the times where John Wick gets, like, saved in John Wick 1, right? Like, the moments where he gets spared or whatnot, like, Like, yeah, he's in Vago's like lair, and he's like talking to Vago, and it's like, okay, well, if this were any other movie, like, yeah, they could just kill him, right? But the thing is, like, they have those two characters, Vago and Wick, like they have like some sort of professional, like, you know, respect for each other, right? Like they know each other from the past, and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, probably if I if I were in Vago's shoes, yeah, I'd probably want to have a chance to talk to John Wick and be like, okay, dude, like, why are you doing this? Right? Because they have that personal connection. But by the time you make it into like any of the other John Wicks, it's like, okay, the fact that John Wick's just not immediately dead in some of these situations is like, okay, kind of crazy. It really stretches the suspension of disbelief side of things, I think. But anyway, that's just my my small mini rant of the day. I'm gonna do run number 3. I'm gonna count this as run number 3 of Pits, or of Trav at this point. There is a YouTube channel, forgot the name of the title is there. I watched John Wick on 0.25 speed. Yeah, I think that's the one with the thumbnail where he's like the thumbnail where John Wick, or well, where Keanu Reeves is like, you know, in the shower, right? And he's like showing his like tattoo or whatever. I think I've seen the thumbnail for it. I never watched it though. Not sure if I would care too much for the analysis, but or I have never really myself cared about the analysis. But is there something I should know about it? 0.25 speed. Now that is some dedication. I could not do that. Do not have the patience to watch a movie on 0.25 speed. Like, it's actually, to be honest, maybe I think part of the problem for me is even watching a show in like 2 times, or not 2 times, but watching a movie in like normal speed can be quite troublesome for me, if I'm being honest. It can be kind of troublesome for me in the sense that, like, you know, I'm not really big on sitting still for 2 hours. Maybe I have some condition or something, I don't know, but like if I'm being honest, I would much prefer, if I have the option, to be playing like Diablo 2 and just farming or mindlessly grinding something on the side while watching a movie, rather than actually sitting down and watching the movie in its entirety. Just me personally. Alright, there we go. I think that's it, right? I think I've horked everybody this time. I'm gonna get out of here. So, so Zivko, you said that you watched this YouTube channel, forgot the name, title I watched John Wick 0.25 speed. Did you actually see them, like, this video? What do they talk about in it? Anything particularly profound about like what the guy discovered, or what? Alright, I'm gonna start horking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boss plate, this thing, this thing, this thing. Oh wow, yo, my Merc is getting fucked up. There we go. His wristwatch. Oh, you mean the one where he like turns it inward because, well, as a civilian he turns it outward because that's pretty normal, but then when he's actually in full John Wick mode, he like turns it inward because that way it doesn't give off glare. Well, yeah, it doesn't give off glare and potentially give away his position, right? Yeah, that's actually a fun little fact that I don't remember where I heard it from, but probably not from that movie or that video. But I remember hearing it, maybe like Reddit or something, when I was like reading other people's comments, and then, well, yeah, it's like one of those fun facts that I've told people about. Yeah, yeah. That's a fun one. That is a fun one. Alright, I guess I'm out of here then. I probably can't really remember. I have to rewatch it. Okay, it's all good. All good. Not to put you on the spot. I just... Yeah, I've never really... It's quite rare that I go out of my way and just randomly watch other people's content for this kind of stuff. I think recently, what was it? Like, as a low-key kind of weeb, I guess. I remember I got into watching, there was a guy, I think his name was like Annie News, or his channel's name is Annie News, and he does like cut content for anime. It's actually kind of crazy to me seeing just how much content gets cut when they do like an anime adaptation. Again, like, yeah, I mean, I think you guys have seen anime, so you know, right? But like, yeah, there's a lot of things that really don't make the final cut into an anime. It's actually really unfortunate. I look at these and I'm like, okay, I can understand that most people don't care. Like, you can't really please everybody, right? But me personally, I do feel like it enhances or enriches my viewing experience if I have a lot of context as to why things are happening the way they are, or like the backstory that's actually missing from the anime. In the anime, they just skip through like, oh yeah, like this is the backstory of these characters, or this is the backstory of how this guild came into effect. But, you know, like, I think that stems from the fact that a lot of people don't really give a shit. But I do, because it's like, okay, well, why didn't they just do this? Or what was the... What's the story behind why so-and-so didn't bother to, like, you know, make decisions XYZ? And it's like, oh, well, it's because they would have pissed off these people who were never introduced in the anime. And, you know what I mean? I'm just making stuff up here. But I feel like, yeah, it does suck to see, like, a lot of content get cut out, because it definitely does change the message that a lot of these scenes have. And this doesn't just apply to anime, by the way. This also applies to... this applies to movies, too. I think a good example is I actually watched Fantastic Four on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Anyway, yeah, I just watched Fantastic Four on Tuesday. And I actually... Hold on a second. And anyway, when I went to go watch Fantastic Four on Tuesday, I was like, I think the movie's runtime was like a little under 2 hours or something like that. But then later I found out that they cut out like 20 minutes, right? It kind of gets me thinking like, oh, well, I mean, those 20 minutes could make the movie mean something completely different, right? Like, there were definitely some scenes that felt like, okay, yeah, I feel like there was probably some context that's missing here in between that should have happened before we got to this point. And it's like, well, yeah, like having these like cut scenes or cut content, like, yeah, I know they do it a lot of the time for the sake of like pacing and all that, but it's sort of... Sometimes the content that gets cut out is content where I'm like, yeah, this would have been nice to know, but... Anyway, this leads me to the other thing I was trying to get at, too, earlier. To be honest, watching movies... I think I talked about this a couple streams ago. I talked about how, yeah, it's nice to have you guys to chat with whenever I do my streams. But to be quite honest, if I didn't stream... if I didn't stream, like, if I played D2 but I didn't stream, I'd probably just load up some of these movies that we talk about, and I actually probably just watch something. Think about this, right? I stream, I you know, put out content, I entertain you guys for, you know, on some... Let's say this reset alone. This reset alone on reset weekend, I did 40 4 hours worth of gameplay. Minus, like, okay, finally, I had like a few food breaks in between. So let's just say 40 hours, okay? Just for simplicity's sake. So I did like 40 hours worth of gameplay. I kind of wonder, like, I could have actually spent those 40 hours while grinding out, you know, like growing my character, while also watching some of these movies that we talk about. Yeah. Or like some of the newer movies that have come out, right? Like, what are some like big hits? Okay, here's a good one. Last of Us 2. Or, sorry, Last of Us, well, yeah, just Last of Us. No, the thing is, I know that running sentiment is that Last of Us 2 is, or Last of Us, like the TV show, is kind of, it's very polarizing. I think there's some people who really don't like it, and a lot of people who actually enjoy it. And I'm like, well, I don't really have. I myself am a gamer, so yeah, like I think most people would be very like outraged watching it if you're a gamer. At least this is kind of the vibe I get. But me personally, I don't really give a shit. I just like at the end of the day, for me, if it's an entertaining show, then I will, you know, I would probably enjoy watching it, right? Anyway, that's all besides the point, though. All that really matters to me is that there are other people I know who have watched it, and it would be nice to also have an opinion about it, but I myself have not watched it. And I'm like, well, probably the best time for me to watch it might be like while I'm doing runs of, well, like literally this right now. What I'm doing right now. Okay, that'll sell for a pretty decent amount, I think. Toss this out, and let me GTFO. Yeah. In 40 hours, you can see this. Oh, kill me now, man. Okay, hold on a second. Let me grab some water before I start ranting about this one. Oh, that's a good one. Glad you brought that up. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. 40 hours, I can see the Zack Snyder's cut for the DC Justice League. Okay, where do I even begin on this? Man. Sorry, 1 second. Look, guys. A hot take, probably. You can call me whatever you want, but perhaps an unpopular opinion, there is no good story that requires 4 hours to be told. I'm sorry, but like I hear like overwhelming majority of people, they watch the Schneider cut and they're like, "Oh, that was way better than the Whedon cut." But like, my dudes, the movie is like 4 hours. Schneider cut is 4 hours, man. What movie takes 4 hours to be told? Aside from Lord of the Rings, but I can give Lord of the Rings a pass. But Justice League is kind of like, ain't no way y'all needed 4 hours to tell, to like what? No way, man. No, I'm sorry, but no. Like, where do I even, like, how do I even... Like, don't get me wrong, I mean, it's not that hard to improve on whatever the fuck the Whedon cut was, like, the original Justice League. But even in the first place, like, I can't really... None of it even really matters anymore, right? Like, they reboot the DC universe for like the 7th time after Superman came out. So thankfully, there isn't even any reason for me to bother watching the Schneider cut, if ever there was. Like, it's funny because when people said, hey, yeah, like, I think somebody once told me, like, hey, yeah, they're actually going to release, not a reboot, but a redo for the film. And I was like, a redo? You're talking about, like what? They're going to reboot the entire movie? They're like, no, they're going to just redo it. Like, pretend that movie didn't exist, and we're gonna like do it our own way now. And I'm like, okay, so like, so I basically had to pretend like the 2 hours I spent watching the original Justice League are just like a moot point. Like, they did, okay, sure, whatever. All of it was so confusing. Like, I felt like the whole thing was a mess. I don't really have like a whole thesis planned out, but man, yeah, the original Justice League movie that they rolled out was ass. And then when they rolled out the Schneider cut, I'm like, okay, they're gonna try to fix what they originally released by telling a story that takes like 4 hours long. No way, man. No, like, I'm out. Like, that's death. Like, I could watch 2 Fantastic Fours in that time, like, or I could watch something that I know might be of like crazy good quality. It doesn't have to be a movie either. That's the other thing to note, right? Like, there's a lot of good TV shows that have come out in recent times that I've heard about, or maybe not even good TV shows, but they're more mainstream and more relevant. I've heard quite a bit about, like, I don't know, what's like I feel like Last of Us was the most recent one that I could think of that, yeah, there were a number of people that were talking about it, like, online, and, there's people I know that would discuss it. But, yeah, 40 hours, man. No, I would, like, no, I wouldn't do that, but I guess the original point I was trying to make earlier was just that, yeah, like, if I really think about it, right, because I don't remember what it was I was doing the other day, but I was, like, just mindlessly doing stuff, and then I had, I think I was just watching anime on the side, and it really got me thinking. I'm like, you know something? You know what it was? I think I remember now. I was testing, my... you guys know how I've been hyping up next season and how I wanted to make, how I have, like, this crazy plan, but I wanted to, like, theory craft and test it out and everything before I actually run it next season? Yeah, so I was doing that while watching anime on the side, like, that was great. So I was wondering, I was like, why didn't I just stream at that time? Usually if I have free time to do stuff, then I can, like, stream while I do that, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can't stream that. Like, this is gonna be my whole masterpiece for next season, so I can't afford to do that. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, so I'm 2 passive and magic skills. Yeah, so that's why I didn't stream it. It's because I was doing my, like, testing for my my hammer. Oh nope, sorry, JK. Yeah, no, but for whatever build I was trying to do. Right? For what? Oh, you started season 2 with Sandman. Oh man. Okay, so Sandman I would not watch while I'm playing D2. If I'm watching Sandman, that is a show that requires 100% of my attention. Just so we're clear here. Right? Like, there's some shows that I take seriously enough that I would want to watch, and, like, every moment I would want to, like, really get invested into. Right? Free Ren, the anime is one of them. Really enjoy that series. John Wick is one that I probably, would be okay just, like, leaving that as background noise. Yeah. So, it really does depend. Season 2 of Sandman. So, Sandman... Yeah, I definitely need to get in on Sandman. I definitely want to watch Sandman. I just don't know, like... It's definitely on the to-do list, but I've been pretty, like, busy lately. Like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem to be reflected in the fact, like... Usually when I say I'm busy, it also entails that I'm not gonna be like streaming, but I've actually been pumping out like a lot of streams relative to in past seasons. But just generally speaking, I am actually quite busy. So with that said, okay, there we go. Ooh. What is this? Attack rating, sure. Anyway, yeah, how is Season 2 of Sandman? Zivko? Yeah, I'm actually a little curious. I've been waiting to... obviously, please no spoilers, but... Yeah, it's one of the few things in life I've been looking forward to recently. Nice and... I've been waiting for this for, like, so long. I think previous season of Sandman was, like, 3 years ago, and I was, like, waiting for this for, like, ages. I just haven't gotten around to watching it, but that's one of the shows that is like really high up there on my like must-watch. And yeah, I intend to watch it in the coming weeks. I just, you know, I've been pretty preoccupied with plans with like stuff lately, juggling these streams, but also a number of other things I gotta take care of too. It's like, yeah, not easy. Alright, here we go. You saw one episode. Oh, okay. I see, I see. CGI looks amazing. Nice, nice. Okay. You got me hyped up for all this. What is this? Ironstone? I think that's the name of the item, right? Hey, wow, I actually got it right. Yeah. Ironstone. Rare amulet. Let's see. Monarch, Hyperion. Oh, I'm like loaded up already. Yeah, I got a number of items. Probably just... Mighty Scepter. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna warp on over. Might as well. There you go. Ah, more juvies. Oh, there we go. Nice, nice. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it. Mighty Scepter, Jewel, Chaos Armor, Hyperion, Glowing Orb, I think, would be pretty decent. And there's also a Sallet here, too. So, I think that should be sufficient. There's also a Razor Bow, but it's fine. It kind of works and makes sense in this show. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. Maybe I'd have to actually see the show to really understand what you're talking about. At least like episode 1. After watching first episode, I can't wait to see the rest. Yeah, okay, that's I think more in line with what I'm curious about and hoping to hear. Yeah, if you know you watch it and it's like, oh yeah, this was not really all that exciting. It's like hella boring. It's they've bastardized the characters. Then yeah, it would be a bit of an issue. Kind of reminds me of like I know this is kind of an extreme comparison, but I remember being like I think one of my favorite superhero movies, one of my top 5, I would say, not like my favorite film, but I actually really enjoyed Ant-Man 2, believe it or not. Ant-Man 2 was like there's just something really fun about Ant-Man 2. And then, like, long story short, in Ant-Man 3, when that came out, I was like, oh yeah, I was like looking forward to it. And then I watched it, and I'm like, man, this is like the biggest piece of shit that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not actually. I mean, I watched the Halo TV show, and that was far worse. But anyway, yeah. As long as it's not like, okay, this is like a blatantly like terrible sort of show, then yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they have cooked up. My standards are pretty low. If it's gonna be enjoyable, if it's gonna be fun to watch. Wait, is that another Geats? I think that's another Geats. Oh no, never mind. I'm just full up. Yeah, I mean, if the show is like enjoyable to watch, then I'm excited for it. If it's one that you couldn't even get through, then yeah, I probably can't get behind it. But I like how they take time to tell story and develop characters. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That's what I want to see. Yeah, that's how it should be. That's how I dare say like every story should be. Not everyone's going to agree with that. Some people just want to like turn their brain off and what will be, right? But I don't know. Like I kind of miss these stories with like intricate like really fleshed out characters and like intricate like interactions between these characters and like good stories and good plot lines. I feel like they've really lost the a lot of the movies I've watched in recent times feel like they really lost their way, you know. And not just movies, but like shows too. But glad to see that, you know, one of the reasons why I enjoyed watching Sandman in the first place way back when is because I was like, wow, this is such a refreshing change of pace from like watching like Marvel or something where it's like really action packed. Here it feels a lot more philosophical. I feel like with Sandman series, so that's one reason I really enjoyed that. Okay. Sell, 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 sell. Alright, wow, that was quite a haul. 339,000 gold out of that. You know what? I think I might even... now would probably be the perfect time to bring my characters in to pick up the rest. 500,000. Alright. Okay. Back here I go, and... oh, I can't even take out that much. I think 800,000 is fine. He's trying to grind out all the way to 99 for once. Okay, there we go. There's 1,000,000 gold. And do I want to dump the rest? Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, wow. He went from 97 all the way up to like very close to 98 in like one go. I need action figure of him with his gear on. You're talking about Sandman? I don't know if I would want an action figure of him, but I do like Dream as a character. Although, if I'm being completely honest, I think my favorite character in Sandman that I've seen so far has to be Hob. I actually really like Hob. Okay, here we go. Yeah, my guys are already almost at max. Yeah, my guys are already almost maxed out, it seems, in terms of gold, so that's good. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, I'll probably farm up a little bit more gold and then maybe take a bit of a short break, I'm thinking, is my plan. Wow, really cutting it close on that one. Hooray for wolf form and being in, or getting like lycanthropy health bonus. Dragon shield. Oh, okay. I'll come back for the other bodies later. Let's see here. Cutlass. Huh, interesting. So this JN Finney said said he hit like 97 a couple days ago, and now he's like close to level 98. Makes me wonder if I ever grind out to 99. Wonder how long that would take. A couple days for each, like, you know, 96 to 97, 97 to 98. Mr. Potato says, my man, sorry, you're gonna have to refresh me. Mr. Potato is... Marlies? Marlies, right? I had to really fetch through my brain for that one. Like, if people be, you know, going by different names on like YouTube and Slash, it's makes things a little difficult for me here. I think you're Marlies. Can't you just name yourself as the Raven Lord or something? Hey, what's up? It's good to see you. Hey, it's been a hot minute. How have you been, man? Oh, I didn't actually bother to hork these guys? Sacrilege. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay, this haul gave me like pretty much nothing, but that's okay. Close. I'm Brandon. You're Brandon? Brandon. Well, that's awkward. That doesn't... Brandon. What's your in-game username? Great, been a while since I tuned in. Glad to see you're still at it. It's either... Well, I was thinking Marlies Incendies or... Oh, you know what? I'm mistaken. Okay, I get it now. Marlies' name is actually Mr. Nuts. That's what it was. Yeah, because you're Mr. Potato. You don't know me. I randomly found you years ago and watched your stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, well, my mistake now. Or my mistake then. Yeah, sorry. It's just, yeah, I mean... First of all, there's somebody... Okay, I got you mixed up with Marlies, who referred to himself... Or he changed the name to Mr. Nuts. Watch your stuff. Have not played D2 in years. It's probably the wiser option. Yeah, but I am still at it, but I mean, I'm like very on and off about it, right? If there's a new season on Slashdiablo, then I take part and I try to develop my character and try to get it, you know, high up there. But it does take time though, so I don't always have the amount of time that I want to have to play these characters out, but I try my best. Mr. Nuts, yes. Indeed, he referred to himself, or he changed the name to Mr. Nuts. I think it was Mr. Nuts. Either way, names aside, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're still enjoying my content, though, after all these years. I mean, I don't really do very much that often. Like, as I mentioned, I do, like, a whole bunch of streams and whatnot when there's a new season on Slashdiablo, at least for the first week, but then after that I usually tend to taper off as well. So I don't usually expect people to hang around that long. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best to see at least if I at least want to make it to like my Grizz Caddy. I think once I make it to my Grizz Caddy, after that, it's like, oh yeah, then I'm gonna run Ubers. That's what it was. I wanted to try running Ubers with this build. Those two things are kind of what I'm aiming for. After that, who knows what comes next? I'm actually genuinely not sure. After that, if I'm gonna keep going or if I'm gonna just like chill for the season, because I have played quite a lot. Like, I've been playing like throughout the week and trying to farm and trying to get like items here and there, you know. So we'll have to wait and see what I end up deciding that I'll do. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah, I live vicariously through watching people play now. Oh, I see. My computer crapped out. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Are you planning to get like a new one anytime soon? And then you said, I don't care for D2R, I love the classic graphics. Yeah, you and me both, but I wouldn't... to be honest, I would say that I don't really care for D2R either. Like, I got what I wanted out of it, right? Like, originally, I got in on it because I haven't... Like, I wasn't around when LOD, well, D2 or LOD first launched. So this is really the closest thing I'll ever be able to get to experiencing like a proper launch of the game. Oh wow, my Merc actually died. It's like the first time in a while. I was kind of curious to see if he would outlast it, but he did not. Okay, hold on a sec. BRB. Oh yeah, it was transforming out of werewolf form too. Nice. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I got some like mixed feelings about the whole thing. You know, like first of all, yeah, I wanted a chance to actually experience like a launch of D2R. Because yeah, like that was something I never really. It's kind of like a chip on my shoulder, right? Like I never really got to experience what it was like when the game first launched, and I got a chance to take a part of that, and I'm very grateful. And the first ladder reset too on D2R, all very great things. But at this point, the same problems that plague D2 LOD, which made me migrate to Slashdiablo in the first place, are still present in D2R, I dare say, right? So things like botting, duping, forum, like the use of forum gold, and yeah, like I know some people are like, oh yeah, forum gold is great because, you know, it's nice to have like an intermediate currency to like. At the end of the day, it's still like an external currency that doesn't exist in the game, and the way that a lot of people. Like, the way that it is created in the first place is that people actually generate, like, somebody has to print that currency, right? And people buy that currency by spending real money on it. Oh, and then that currency carries over from season to season too. So what that means for me is, let's say a ladder reset starts. Well, I have two options. I can either try to play, like, you know, without using forum gold, or, and that's basically just handicapping myself, or I just hop on JSP, or even just straight up buy items. Like, I don't know what the difference is. Like, whether I spend forum gold or buy items, there's no difference. So, yeah, I think that's my biggest gripe with D2R. Like, I could play it right now, but I don't really have much of an incentive when I know that I'm going to be at a disadvantage in comparison to people who are just, you know, using JSP, forum gold, that kind of stuff to really just get ahead of everybody else. So that's my biggest issue with it. As for the graphics are fine, whatever. I actually, if I'm being completely honest, I personally feel like they did a pretty decent job with the okay, fine, I'll just say it. I think they did a pretty good job with the graphics. There are certain graphics that I'll admit that are like not as good as it could be. Like, for example, I think my favorite example is Venom Lords, right? The Venom Lords, for some reason, feel so whittled down in comparison to their classic counterparts. Same thing with Helbavines, right? Like cows. They feel way more skinny in comparison to like their big buff selves in the original Secret Cow level. But still, like, I can overlook these for the most part. What I can't overlook is trying to play the game, like gameplay-wise, and try to like 100% agree. Don't care for forum gold. Missed the days when we had to hunt for everything. Hey, did I just hork that? I think I just horked that. That is a Kira's Guardian. All right, give me a second. Let me pick that bad boy up. Boom. And I guess I've already found a Kira's Guardian before because it didn't show up here. Okay. Ah, there it is. 69 all-res, Kira's Guardian. You're the good luck charm, it looks like, Mr. Potato, because prior to this, I didn't find anything too crazy. Kira's Trav run 16 here. Nice, very, very nice. Nice, dude. Yeah, so 100% agree. Don't care for forum gold. Missed the days where we had to hunt for everything. Yeah, I mean, I do care for forum gold because it's kind of like, okay, since I know it exists, it's like I can't just I could just ignore it. No, it's impossible for me to ignore. That's the problem. Like, everyone will say this. Like, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people say this, like, oh, well, if you don't want to play with forum gold, just don't play with it. It's like, okay, but now, like, I'm kind of, like, the fact that it's kind of like the same thing as saying like, okay, yeah, there's real world trading that exists in the game. I mean, like, I guess we should all just ignore that too, right? Like, even though it's impossible to ignore, truly it is, because the real world trading and the forum golding actually does affect and dictate what a lot of the prices of these items are. It does have like an impact on the game as a whole, like, and also me personally, like, yeah, I mean, if everybody else is just going to use Forum Gold to get ahead, then yeah, like that means that the only way I can play to get ahead is by using Forum Gold, right? To like join them in that same vein. Actually, no, fuck Forum Gold. Like at that point, I might as well just pay like real money for items. Like I said, I just don't see the difference, right? Like that's just the reality of it. Most of the people, like, I'd like to think that most of the people who get forum gold are doing it by, like, you know, making trades. But in the first place, forum gold comes from people who are spending, like, real money, right, to get forum gold. So, in essence, like, forum gold is, like, in a way, it's kind of like... Wait, is this another... Oh, wow, this is also a Geeds, it looks like. In a way, forum gold is like real world trading with extra steps in that regard. Since in somewhere along, and this is also why I'm very iffy about trading too, right? In the same vein, but anyway, that's all of that mess is one of the biggest reasons I don't want to play D2R. Even if I were to say, hey, yeah, I'm just going to ignore forum gold and just trade with people in game, well, a lot of those people are themselves getting those items either through JSP or they're trading with other people who got those items from JSP somewhere along the way. So it's like, at that point, it's a little difficult to really ignore that. So I guess really the bottom line is, yeah, the easiest way to avoid all that is just not play. And just play on Slash instead. Because here, yeah, we get the map back and multi-box, but at least at the end of the day, all of us are working for our respective items, which I think is way cooler for me personally. Way more enjoyable. Knowing that, yeah, okay, if Fatty is much richer than I am, then it's because, you know, he actually either got luckier or he spent a lot more time trying to dig these items up than I did. Anyway, sorry. That was a very long-winded kind of rant and whatnot, but yeah, I am definitely not the biggest fan of Forum Gold and, you know, the implications that it's raised up for the game. And yeah, for me, it was nice when we did have the hunt for everything. Or at the very least, trade with people. For the items we need, like actually trade with them, like items for items that I need for items that they need. But yeah, that's how it goes. It is what it is, and it's a very, I would imagine, deeply unpopular opinion. If I were to post this on Reddit or like D2 subreddit, I would get downvoted into oblivion. I fucking guarantee it. Okay, here we go. Hey, I finally got to have decent Geeds. Ah, finally. Trading was so much fun. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Trading is fun. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot of fun. I just don't really... Trading in its current state is a little tricky and, I dare say, messy because, well, for all the reasons I just listed, right? Like, yeah, I don't think I need to really explain further than that. It is pretty messy because you don't know... Well, yeah. Trav run... Okay, 17, I guess. Alright, I think that I've actually filled up my drops list, so I'm actually going to take a minute here to fill this all out. I gotta migrate all this off, all these drops. Give me a second here. I just actually filled up my drops list for the season. It used to be that these drops lists would only be for the, you know, the stream that they were in. But now, well, times have changed. Okay. Let me take these. I think I'll put these on. Put this here. There we go. I guess when I'm actually actively trying to farm for items, I can actually kind of start to get a few of them from, like, Trav, if nothing else. Old State, you're talking about, like, back then? Yeah. I mean, I'm with it. Anyway. Don't get me wrong, though. Like I said before, people are free to enjoy the game however they want, right? I'm not here to dictate, you know, what people should or shouldn't do. I mean, if the majority of people actually shared the same opinion than I did, then probably, I imagine, there would be a lot more people who would not be playing D2R. Well, actually, there's like a number of people on like PD2 and whatnot, but I think some combination of people aren't like fully aware of what's going on. But also, there's a lot of people who also don't care, right? Like, okay, wow, there's plenty of people doing real-world trading. It's like, so what? Like, why should I give a shit? I feel like is how some people might feel about it. It's like, yeah, just go about doing your own thing, playing your own way. Why should I care so much? I guess is how a lot of people would feel. But again, like me personally, I'm just so... I guess because I'm so familiar with the game. So I'm already quite aware of what the fastest ways to, like, grind out, like, a fresh character would be most of the time, right? From, you know, like, what team comp you would need, or, like, the level of proficiency. Well, it doesn't even... the thing about this game is I don't even think it's an issue of, like, proficiency. It's really just about, like, you know, people actually playing very specific sort of roles. I still remember when the first season of D2R rolled out, and yeah, everyone wants to play Sork or maybe Paladin, but I was very committed to playing. Is my Merc actually gonna die to this? What the fuck is going on? What? Why are these ones so tanky? What? Yeah, I remember my first season on D2R, I opted to play, I was pretty committed to playing a Barbarian, and no one else was. And I think that a lot of people were playing like Sorks and whatever other classes, but the point I'm trying to make is that at the end of the day, as long as, like, if I'm playing as part of a reset team, I'm playing the least desirable class to start with, so it's actually pretty easy for me to find a team, right? But also, I was trying to be... I mean, it's nice to be mindful of, like, who else is in that team, too, because, you know, if you have, like, a team of, like, 7 Sorks, yeah, you can make it work, and, like, 1 Barb, then you can make it work, but obviously you'd like to have, like, a Paladin for Conviction, or you'd want to have, like, a Druid for early game DPS, that kind of stuff. They help save you, like, maybe an hour or two, or maybe several hours worth of time, since you don't have to sit there and all, like, fight over the same mana potions. Yeah, like, my reset run that I did this season with other people, we had 2 Barbs, which, you know, if ever I had to do a reset run on D2R, and my sole goal was to get rich quick, I would not want to play on a team with 2 Barbs, like, no way. Here it doesn't matter, like, we're just chilling, like, whatever, we're just playing together, having fun. And, you know, we're just having a good time. Other members of the community, no big deal. But if I were to play like a full-on sweaty, no way. That's not happening. ZZZ, day 1 of D2R, I made an elemental Boazon. That... mad respect to you, man. No shot you made a fucking elemental Boazon. Holy... Okay, let me ask this. Why? Why did you make an elemental Boazon? In my case, I made a barbarian not because of some altruistic goal, but because I genuinely believe barbarian is the best, like, factoring in everything in D2R. Like keep in mind, like, I'm playing like on Slash, right? So, you know, there's like certain things on Slash that don't apply to the to D2R. For example, like on Slash we have map hack and multi-boxing, so Necro, I think, in particular, is like god tier because and with no drop 0, right? Because you could just put up Bone Wall and you just start dropping Corpse Explosion from like many screens away. But you can't feasibly do that in the base game. Like you can, but you don't get access to map hacks, so that kind of hinders your ability to abuse Corpse Explosion and Bone Wall pulls. Now, with that said, a lot of people were gonna opt to play Blizzork and all just go and run Mephisto together. Yeah, have like a hot little date. Have every Sork just go and meet up and Mephisto and start moat tricking him at the same time. That's basically how everyone and their mother was playing. I remember that. But of course, this means two things. First of all, hilariously enough, that the people who were playing only were able to get uniques and set items and pretty much nothing else. So for example, let's say Monarchs, right? No one could get a fucking white Monarch because everyone's only farming bosses, meaning that if everyone's just getting set and unique and rare items, and especially considering that everybody was also playing Sork, so really Sork uniques and sets were like hella inflated, but the prices of other set and uniques and rares were not, right? So, okay, so basically it just comes down to beginning of D2R, everyone's playing Sork. What this means is that Sork uniques, or Sork items are like hella expensive, while other classes are not. Second of all anyone had were set and unique items, and, well, yeah, mostly. And then third of all, that no one could get runes. That was the big one. Or that, I guess, runes specifically were like, oh shit, yo, I'm not dealing with conviction. Hold on a second. Let me try to take this guy out first. That would be good. Okay, there we go, finally. So that shit was interesting. Dude, Poison Sea. Okay, here, let me finish this off and then I'll read what you're saying, because this is having a fun discussion here. Freezing Arrow and then Immolation. Ah, I see. So much fun, especially once I got my ice bow. Okay, mad respect to you, man. I think I've played. Have you seen my first ever season playing an Amazon on Slashdiablo? I actually did just exactly as you did. It was I actually played a hybrid fire and ice Boazon. That was my first ever main character on Slashdiablo. And then eventually I respec'd it from like a part fire, part ice Boazon into the swap cast Telly Boazon. That's what it was. Because I actually needed to get like Wind Force or some other good physical based bow. But until then, the thing is, you can play a Boazon on just Freezing Arrow alone, right? But that I'm talking about on Slash, not on D2R. I've never played Exploding Boazon or Freezing Boazon or whatever, any of that on D2R. Yeah, exactly. Great minds think alike, right? Indeed. Yeah, that's why I was like, you know, you got me remembering those days. I actually have indeed played a Boazon before. On Slash, much in the same way that you've made yours on D2R. So, yeah, no, I get you. I know some of those pain points, too. Dude, Poison CE Necro would probably be my next build. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I guess it's because you said yourself that you're PC fried, right? Although I thought that you could actually just play like D2 on like a toaster anyway, so what does that matter? Like, especially when you're talking about playing classic, like, I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I love playing like a classic after all these years, or like LOD after all these years, rather than D2R, right? Like D2R, you actually need like a half decent PC for. But then, meanwhile, me, like, if I want to play D2 LOD, I can boot it up anytime, anywhere. I want to, like, play some D2 LOD while waiting for, like, a match of League of Legends to load. Okay, well, let's do that then, you know? Like, that was, that's one of the reasons why I have such a great deal of respect for these older games. They're just so, how should I say? They're very accessible. There you go. That's a good word for it. They're very easily accessible. I mean, for a lack of better words. Alright. There you go. 73,000 gold on that. Maybe it's to do with this Geeds actually being half decent for a change. Okay. Probably work another few bodies. I think that's it, right? Okay. If I ever played again, can't install on my work laptop. I had D2R on the Switch, and my 4-year-old threw in the bathtub. Aw, no, man. That is so unfortunate. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I guess Fate just doesn't want you to play D2. You're gonna be too OP if you played it. 36% gold fund. Yeah, I can hold on to that at least. It's starting to get up there in terms of gold. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this run and then I guess mule everything off. Okay, I know what stopping point I'll hit. There's gonna be 3 goals I have left. I need to hit like 2.5 million gold on this character, load up on Juves, and I think I'm done for the day. I was gonna... Yeah, I feel like that's a good stopping point. I was expecting like Baldiz and others to show up today, but it seems like an awfully quiet day today. Not to say that I'm not enjoying our conversation, of course. Our conversation is amazing. I'm actually having a lot of fun, so thank you. Shout out to Mr. Potato. But I had some things I wanted to take care of today too, so... I wanted to budget a bit of time to play some D2, maybe grind some items here and there. Feel like I've done a pretty... I don't know, the thing about this season is I haven't really found anything that I can really sell, though. Really, it's just P-Gems. It's kind of sad. I'm really just here to farm P-Gems. The reason I need more runes is so that I actually have something to pay for Grizz Caddy with. Like, it's probably the kind of item that people will find for like and just give it to me for free. But I don't want to just like, you know, take this shit and then, or I don't want to like take it from other people and then not give them anything in return. Oh, okay. Potato, are you heading out then? If so, I mean, if so, then it's been a very lovely discussion. I hope to catch you around. But yeah, I don't know. If ever you're interested in seeing what my run of the dual elemental boa was, then you can kind of like go back through my VODs from like, I think the first ever Zon that I ever made on Slash. It's like way in the back on my YouTube VODs, so it might take a while to find. But it's been a really good discussion. Thank you so much, Potato. I'll probably be here for at least another half hour. Well, probably, I imagine, at least another half hour farming gold and juvies, so I'll still be here for a little bit longer, but it's been a really good chat, so thank you so much. And yeah, you have a great weekend too, and I'll see you, I don't know the next time you plan to swing on by, but yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah. Poison CE Necro. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, I remember. I gotta start pooling all these in together. Start cubing all this up, of course. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Probably take these two back. Yeah, I'm basically trying to gather another stack of 88 P-gems at this point. Oh, whenever I get them, I sell them. Oh wow, I actually still have quite a few here. Game server restarting in 3 minutes. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all my muling in that time, but I shall do my best. Alright, so I'm actually halfway to another 88. Kind of makes me wonder. Because so far I have a grief, on, or I have a low rune, so I can make fortitude with that, but still a ways out from everything else. Where's my crafts mule? Yeah, one of these days I'll finish my crafts meal. That'll be a fun one, but I don't think that'll be for a while. Last season was kind of an exception. It was like all cows day. Two Geeds in the last 3 drops. Yes, I know, and kind of ass. Like Geeds are pretty bad. All right, so I'm like half. Good to see you, by the way, Hom. How are you doing? I'm like half done my crafting pack. I have 24 P amethysts out of the 44 I need, and I have like 24 rels, although I can fetch more rels anytime. I just need to run the Free the Barbs quest, and I can get them whenever I feel like. Ammon Ort. Okay. And, well, Ort, I guess. And what else have I got? Okay. 3 of these, and 1 of these. Uniques. Am I full up on my uniques meal? Also, hello, cutie. Yeah, hello to you too. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just, well, I mean, you know what I'm up to. I'm just in the middle of muling. So funny that you happen to show up now, because I'll probably be farming for about another, whenever I hit 2.5 million, and then I'm going to hop off. I was going to be, yeah, I didn't want to do like a super long stream today. If I had the, I forget what it's called. If I had my Grizz Caddy, then great, but I do not. And unfortunately, there was somebody who found a Grizz Caddy, but they... I guess aren't subbed, well, like, I don't think they check Discord very often. Oh shit, this is the wrong character. Yeah, I don't think they check Discord very often, so they didn't see that I actually needed Grizz Caddy. They were like trying to find a they were trying to see if anyone had any use for it, and then apparently there it's like they were like, oh no, I guess no one needs it, and then they just tossed it. Unfortunately for me. So, yeah, sucks to be me, but I guess the grind continues. Alright, perfect timing. I finished my muling, and now I can do a couple more Trav runs, reach 2.5 million gold, and I am now lined up with, I'll be lined up with like 10 million gold. I have 2.5 mil on each of my side characters, and 2.5 million gold coming up on this guy, so yeah, pretty legit. It'd be kind of fun to do like a full-on, like a day where I'm just doing nothing but gambling. Although, problem is, I'm like level 90? Although I don't know if that matters. I'd be gambling rings more than anything else. I'll think about it. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Hom. I believe you and I have a date coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. And you get to spend some time with me today, so lucky you. Alright, let's see. I'm going to continue on with my Trav runs like I mentioned. I just wanted to free up enough stash space, and then I'll continue muling later, once I'm done all this. Dance Bliss, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so just to kind of recap the last little bit, I was going to just non-stop... Oh, wait a second, what run number was I on? D22? Okay, I'll treat this as run number 22 then. So yeah, my intention today was to level my other characters up to level 20, so that they can actually carry more than like 10k gold per batch. So that's what I did. Did we do our own Ubers yet, or still using the donation? Oh, you mean for the torch? Yeah, no, definitely still using the donation. I mean, I'm probably going to be using the donation regardless. Really, me running Ubers is... I wouldn't even really call it a formality, it's just more of a for fun thing, to show that my build actually would have been able to well, you know, use it, or to clear it. But, yeah, because that could be kind of fun to showcase. But again, like I said, I would like to get my Grizz Caddy before any of that. So, we're not at Ubers yet, to answer your question. We're still a fair bit out from that. Indeed. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, so no we still have a whiles to go. Silver-edged axe, I guess? Wait a second. This is not a part of my playlist. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Ubers, I'll try Ubers once I get my Grizz Caddy. Here's the thing, I did actually manage to sell my 88 P-Gems, and you would not believe this, but somebody, Barcode, oh wow, that is a nice belt. Oh wow, Trira's belt. Yeah, there is actually somebody who, Barcode, who bought it for a low rune. The 88 P-Gems. So, yeah, I'm a low richer than I was on my last stream. I can use that low rune and make Fortitude, but I wanted to actually get my Grizz Caddy first. Yeah, I was making bank on that one. Yeah, I wanted to get that Grizz Caddy first before I do any kind of grinding. Or before I use the Fortitude. Although Fortitude would be a direct upgrade from this, for sure. It's not even comparable. I actually get so much damage out of Fortitude. Like 300%. Holy. Like, I could just make it now. But, again, like, I do want to... I want to actually see the build in its full form, you know? So I'm excited for that. FHR... Yeah, probably isn't really worth charting down as a drop. It is a pretty cool belt. Is low fair, or is it just short on breaking for Omgal? TBH with you, I was expecting a Vex. At most, I was expecting an Ohm. Low rune itself would have been, to be honest, low would have been like a bin for me, like a buy it now, like you know, you get it here and now kind of price. But yeah, no, he just offered low straight up. I assumed that it's because he was probably short. He was the only buyer too, so it's not even like one of these situations where somebody else offered up a Vex and, you know, he was kind of like, yeah, I kind of want it, so I'm gonna offer low at it. No, it was just straight up, like, he offered low for it, under the condition that my 88 P-Gems also came with a Bale GC, which was a condition that Fatty was more than glad to help me with, I believe. So yeah, Fatty just tossed me. Well, actually, I don't remember if it was Fatty or somebody else, but either way, I think I paid an for it, just to be fair, in quotes. Even though they would have given it to me for free. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know, it's hey, oh, let's go! Oh my goodness! Hey, oh! Hum, do that again. Do that, thank you. Oh, wow. Alright, yeah. Watcher Lux Strikes. Yo, Watcher, do that thing again where you leave, you come back, and I magically get a rune when you return. Yeah, that would be great. Can you do that again? I'd appreciate that. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. What a way to end my... What a way to end my stream here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not done just yet. I still have a few more... Well, I still need to finish farming the rest of the gold, but... Yes! That's my first high rune of the season. I think that's my only high rune of this. I mean, in terms of drops, of course. Right? Okay, so that was Ohm Rune. Ohm Rune! Trav run number 23, I believe this will be. Yeah. Trav run. Give me a second. Wow. Wow, it's amazing. Wow. I'm still not over it. Ah. Okay, perfect. I finally have a rune where if somebody magically finds a Grizz Caddy, I can throw them an Ohm for it. I'm not even I don't really care which rune it is. Because right now all I have is like what, Istmal or something, and I actually need those for, you know, like rune I need for like duress, and Ist rune I might need it for something smaller, but like I value this Grizz Caddy at Ohm easily. So yeah, this is great. And part of the reason I was doing my farming today is because I'd feel kind of bad if somebody found a Grizz Caddy, and then I didn't have a way to, you know, I didn't actually have anything I could trade for it. Like I said, like some people would probably just give it to me for free because who the fuck else needs it, right? But at the same time, it would be kind of nice to actually, you know, have like a fair, even trade in my eyes. I value it at least minimum. Like it makes, I don't want to say it makes my whole build, but it's kind of a big fucking deal for what I'm trying to do. So yeah, like, in fact, to be quite honest, that's probably the main reason why I'm still streaming. Like, I can afford to let this build go without having Infinity and Enigma, because, like, yeah, I mean, at this point I'll be able to get Fortitude and, like, eventually Grizz Caddy, I hope, but I don't even have the Grizz Caddy, so, like, yeah, I want to finish that off before. Yeah, I want to finish that. Grizz Caddy. Wow. What a run. Hey, Magic Monarch, come on, today's the day. We got a J mod. Nope, apparently not. Ah, yikes. Full helm. Edgebow. Battle Hammer. Heavy Crossbow. Dacian Falx? I think Edgebow is probably the best among these, but marginally so. Alright, let me toss the rest of these in here. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Alright. Beat these guys down. Flawless Ruby and Flawless Sapphire. Lucky me. Anyway, yeah, I do wonder though sometimes. I I was like talking about this before. If I didn't spend so much time, like I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, earlier I was like talking to people about, like, this was like a while ago, but I was talking to people about how if I didn't stream, or yeah, like if during like some of these reset weekends I didn't stream for 40 hours, I could probably use that time to, you know, watch like actually watch movies instead. You know what? Here's a good example of a movie would be nice to go and see. Lord of the Rings. God, almost getting sick of people making fun of me for not having yet seen that, you know, over the years. Finally make some time to go see that. Can you imagine? I watch that while I'm just doing like 1,000 Trav runs or something. Sounds like a good life, honestly. Sounds like a good time. Oh, 10 fire res. Nice, nice. Glad to see you're still here. Okay, I'm almost done though. Probably need another 5 to 10 runs. I just make fun of how you pronounce a Legolas now that you... Not that you haven't seen the movie yet. Isn't it Legolas? I always thought it was Legolas. You can't possibly be like Legolas or something. Okay. The world will never know, same as how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll pop. Well, alright then. Yeah, I wouldn't know the answer to that one either, truth be told. Alright, almost done. That is a lot of gold. Death Mask, Serpent Skin Armor, Bone Helm. Probably get rid of this. 2, 3, 4. That is like a lot this run that I'm getting. 2, 3, 4, 5. 98.6k. Not bad. Dusk Shroud, Clasped Orb, and I think that's good enough for now. I'll leave the rest. There's like a plate mail, but I'll leave that one be. Let's see. Sell, 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 sell. Track charges, wow. 233k out of that run. I'm almost there. I am almost at the end of my journey for today. 2, 3. Whoa. Got me amped, but that's okay. Wolf Barb does... Fishy Wolf Barb does it again. I wonder, like, if I were, like, lower level, how well these runs would go. Because nowadays, like, now I'm, like, level 90, so I actually have a pretty good chance to hit. But if I were, like, level 70 or something... Well, I mean, minimum level I'd have needed to be was, like, level 79. I made sure to get that on, like, the first day or two. Because I remember not having the Wolf Howl right away, but I needed to be ready for the possibility that somebody found it. So I think my biggest priority was to get the Wolf Howl, or was to get to like level 80 first, so that I could pick it up or use it whenever somebody either found it or I got access to it. That kind of stuff. Unraveler head, good. There's a I saw like a number of other items I could use there too, so I should come back for them. 3 curses, lower res. Oh wow, that's like a 5 the lower res stick right there. Well, don't think anyone needs that, right? I'm just trying to really hash this out in my head. Yeah, it's too bad, really. This could have been like a... Yeah, I'll hold on to it. That's a pretty cool little trinket. Could have been nice if it were like 6 lower res one, but oh well. Barrel axe. Alright, there you go. $1.8 million gold. Oh, yeah, I'm actually running low on charges here. Repair. Alright. Oh, let me hit all the other ones first before I deal with the big guy. Yeah, the other ones are far more, well, far easier to deal with, let's just say. Okay, that's 2 down, or 1 of the 3 down. Where's the others? There's the other one, and here's the last one. Okay, now as for this guy, feel my berserk. Assault helmet. Alright, Hyperion, Blood Spirit, etc. I could come back for a second load, I guess. Three defensive auras. Actually, you know something? Guardian's Hyperion of blocking. Well, it's not really like an artisan's... Jeweler's Monarch of deflecting, anything of that sort. So, rip me. Alright. Ooh, I didn't even know you could get, like, a level 27 crossbow with level 7 multi-shot. That's kind of interesting. Imagine running that on, like, a... Chant Sork or something. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, sure. Why not? Carry around trash items. Name of the game. Okay, run number 29. Okay, maybe, well, too much to ask for there. Okay. I was gonna head on over to Durance 1 there, to try to keep my Merc alive, but it seems that won't be necessary in this case. 1, 6. Okay. Alright, I think I'm done here. I'll sell this. And I'm actually sitting at 2.1 mil now, I believe. 2.1 million. Okay. think 2, maybe 3 more runs top should cover me, and then after that it's going to be juvies. Or maybe, you know what? I think I'll probably just do 1 more, and then I'll do pits, because I need to load up on potions anyway. So yeah, this has been a pretty productive day. I did 30 runs, got 1 Ohm rune. That's like 1 high rune per 30 runs. That's obviously a joke. I'm definitely... This is definitely not the norm, but hey, I am happy to get, finally, my first Ohm rune for the season. Very, very nice. 30 more! 30 more! Nah. I have other things I need to do today, so I just wanted to get this stream up, do a little bit of gameplay to progress my Barbarian, especially, like, keep in mind, I have... I'm still missing that stupid item. The, like, I was doing this farming to try to get at least one item that I could sell, in case somebody actually does find the Grizz Caddy that I'm looking for. But in reality, I'd love to do... I mean, I don't mind playing my character in its current form, but I want to actually play it when I have my... like the actual item I'm supposed to have, right? It's way more fun to play and show off when I have that last item, the Grizz Caddy. I've said it like many times, and yeah, I guess the bottom line is normally I'd be down to do like these like streams, or I'd be down to stream for a lot longer than these like 2. Wait, how long have I been streaming for? It's almost been 3 hours actually. I'm only doing, in quotes, only doing a 3-hour stream today. I think my last one wasn't like that long either, but yeah, I really do need to get that Grizz Caddy. Okay, I take it back. Maybe I will do 1 more run of Trav after this. Yeah, this is an unusually empty run. Alright. 1 or 2 more, let's go. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. I'll be going to pits after this next run, I think. Gotta get those juves. Ah, that's a problem. I may have to actually... Oh, this is a pretty bad run. I think I might actually just chicken this. Maybe. Might be able to pull it off, maybe. Yeah, I can take them. I've isolated them. It just cost me like 2 juves, though. Okay. Okay, could make that 3 juves. But, yeah, this one was way too much effort. I really should have just gone and gotten, like... I should have just chickened out of this run, I think. Okay, there we go. Gonna wait for Conviction to wear off, and the rest of the run should be pretty easy. How is my merc still poisoned? The fuck? Okay. Refilling shrine. It's only for me though. Okay, there we go. I think I'm just... Oh, nope, they still got a little more. Eldritch Orb, Flawless Diamond. Yeah, that didn't even give me half as much as what I was hoping for. Like, yeah, that was like nothing. Paladin skill levels, okay. Well, much as I hate to say it, I guess I gotta go again. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Probably could have actually done like 2 runs in that amount of time. And it would have been cheaper. I'm almost at the cap, though. This is good. Even if I go a little over the cap, it's okay, because I still have some Trav runs to do. Although, I guess even in the Trav runs, I'll be selling shit, so... I think this will be my last run, then. As long as they don't spring any crazy traps on me. Oh yeah, okay. This is much more manageable. They don't even have Stone Skin here. Fire Enchanted Magic Resistant Mana Burn? Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine with me. What is going on? Why is my Merc not doing his job? Oh, there we go, finally. Ah. Okay, that's that. I think. Okay, start with the gold. How much gold did I manage to hork? Or manage to pull from this run? 62k. Yep, 62k only, it seems. That's fine with me. Minion Skull, Field Plate, Fury Visor, Linked Mail, Avenger Guard. Two Juvies. %3 MF. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I'm pretty much set here. I don't like I could keep going, but I think I'll leave it at that. So D33 next would be my next run. I mean, I guess I'm not really trying to do like 1,000 Trav runs or anything of that sort, but it is kind of fun to keep track of how many runs I've needed. Dark Force Spawn? Is it for a Bone Necro specifically? Homunculus? Yeah, there we go. Already I can take these and sell it. And then the Gargoyle head. Don't recall any other one. Well. Okay, gonna hork this. Hork, 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 hork. Okay. Pure boner, this guy. Okay. Not bad. I'm just gonna cube this up real quick. I'm glad that I realized I can kind of cube these up along the way. It saves me a bit of time and space. No, I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, even this run alone might already be enough to kit me up for Juvies. Seems I'm closing in already. Okay, there. There, that's one down. There we go, that's two down. Kind of makes me think, I killed like the first one in one hit, and the other one was like most of the way to being killed in one hit. So I think that truly if I had gotten the Fortitude, that would have enabled me to kill them in one go. Grand Charm. Where the hell did I get a... What? Was it right up here? Oh, wow. That's so awkward. Ah, 52 mana. Oh. Just going back and forth between monsters today. Alright. I'm here just to collect juvies, so I'm just gonna keep moving to the next level here. Do I have my corpse explosion? There it is. Mana Shrine. A Flawless and a Legend Sword? I could probably swing by and take everything in a second. Just gotta ID all, and maybe even 2, 3, cube this. What the? Bone Flame. Ah, yes. Yeah. Figured there was one that I was forgetting, but couldn't remember it either. Bone Flame. Hopefully I will not let that happen again. There you go. 93k. Oh, I got 3 of these. And now I just need 2 more. Oh, I actually managed to kill him outright. Can't even hork him either. I think I'm fine here. Divine Scepter. I resist the lightning. What is this? Oh, that would sell. Sanctuary and Conversion. No, that doesn't sell for very much. This might not sell for very much, but I think the full plate mail will. Or is it closer to 20k only? Hey, Marahum, what's up, man? It goes really well, actually. If you take a look at the drops list, I did find an Omrin today. As much as I hate to say it, though, you are on the tail end of my stream. The only reason I'm still streaming is I'm trying to farm the remaining juvies to, like, round out my belt. But after that, I'm going to be hopping off, sad to say. Oh my goodness, nice find. I think I said just that. I think I made that exact same statement myself when I found the item. Funny enough. So great minds think alike. So it would be Trav 34 next. Or... there we go. I think that's fine. Or is it 33 next? I think it's actually 33 next. Wouldn't much matter. I've done more than 33 Trav runs, but oh well, whatever. Fantastic, lol. Yeah, so hate to say it, but yeah, I can catch up for just a little bit, though. This is my last Trav run, though. Or my last run, though. I just needed to load up on Juvies. How are you doing, Marham? It's good to see you. Yeah, sorry we can't chat for longer. I'm hoping that my next stream will be on Sunday, though. I probably will have some time to stream on Sunday. I don't know when I'm going to start the stream, but I will try to stream on Sunday. The length of the stream will be dependent on whether or not I finally get the one item I'm really trying to look for, which is Grizz Caddy. Somebody did find a Grizz Caddy on the server, but they threw it out because they thought that nobody needed it. So, you know, rip me. What if I'm gonna just kill them with Zerk? Oh well, whatever. But yeah, hope everything's okay with you. How's your how have you been? Yeah. Hopefully later we can catch up more and hanging in there. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Had my weekly therapy appointment this afternoon. Weekly therapy appointment, I see. Okay. Picking up my girlfriend from the airport later tonight. Ah. Kuko Shikaku? Yeah, I mean... yeah, hold on to that. What do I have here? Got family in town, so been hanging out with them a bunch this week, so that's dope. Oh, nice. Glad that you're able to spend some quality time with your family members. And yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty legit week so far. So you had your therapy. You're picking up your girlfriend from the airport later tonight, so that implies, I guess, she's been gone for a while, and you get to see her again. And then finally, your families, and you get to spend time with family too. So yeah, all in all, that sounds like an amazing week so far. So I'm really glad to hear that you're doing well, and yeah, I hope that until I see you next time, which hopefully will be on Sunday, that everything is well with you until then. Just gonna wrap this up here. I still got... might as well... Oh man, there's like 4 packs. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just chill and finish this. Yeah. Oop. Appreciate it. Sorry, hold on a second. I gotta war cry these guys. And there we go. 2 hits. Kills them easily. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I'm done for real now. Alright. And then I hit this. And I can hork them. And take out the rest. Nice and easy. Oh, there's a wire fleece. I could probably take that and sell it for a decent amount. Or, it's like a low wire fleece. I was like thinking like, I need to go check my bases mule real quick. I want to see if I have something that I can make fortitude into. Like a proper base for that real quick before I decide whether to throw this out or not. I got a worm hide. Oh man, all my armors are ass. I do have a 4-socket Dusk Shroud. Sockets... Bases? Where's my bases mule? Ah, here it is. Bases. Okay. Okay, well, I hate to say it, but I guess I keep this wire fleece for now, although it's not even like a high... It didn't roll very high on the base defense. It'd be nice to get like a 500 plus defense. Maybe like an Archon plate or something would be kind of nice. Anyway, yeah, sorry to get sidetracked there, Maraham. Had to sort that out. Maraham says, appreciate it. Ah, yeah, of course. Anytime, man. Sorry to miss most of the stream. Oh, no worries. No need to apologize for that. I mean, the stream is here in case anyone... Well... The stream is here and I'm doing my thing, and if people are free to join in, then great. Although, I will admit, though, I was actually hoping that... Enjoy would be able to make it, because I actually did talk to him yesterday, and yeah, yesterday he was asking if I would be streaming, but yeah, yesterday happened to be the one day where I actually wasn't free to stream when he was around, unfortunately, but he did say that he would be around, like, on Friday, or today, I guess, as well as on Saturday and Sunday, so I was actually hoping to do another stream on Sunday, and I was hoping that Enjoy would be here today, but he's not here, so maybe I'll catch him on Sunday is what I'm hoping for, too. Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to having you there for the future ones. Again, no pressure. You know, you do you. You have a life. I completely understand, and you're also spending time with family members, and I wouldn't want to take that kind of quality time. Well, I mean that quality time is important, of course. So. You know, if you're spending time with them, then I'm quite glad, very happy for you. Yeah, this is the same Boazon from, like, Sloppo is the guy that was trying to set up a strafe zone. I wonder if he's still going strafe or if he switched over to Javazon at this point. I'm gonna take a look, actually. I'm kind of nosy, so I'm gonna just check. Sloppo... Oh, okay. He switched over to... he straight up switched over from Strafezon to Javazon. Okay, I see. Well, end of an era. All good. Alright, I'm gonna mule, and then I'm gonna go off then. Maraham, it's good to see you. Is there anyone else that wants to say anything? If not, then... Yeah, I guess this will be pretty much the end, so... Yeah. What is this? I actually didn't... Hold on a second, I gotta actually load up on TPs and IDs. Didn't do that before. Kind of glad that it's like baked into my barbarian that I have increased speed. Very convenient. Okay, yeah, and this thing too. And this thing. What other garbage can I toss out? Magic, yeah. MF. Angelics. What is this? A lot of magic trash items. Okay, well, it's not as bad as I was expecting. TBH. And where is my... Oh, yeah, this is my bases mule. Oh, this is perfect. I can toss this out then. Okay, and 2 set items. Okay, there's my set mule. Angelic ring, and I have an angelic amulet too, right? So I basically self-found my own angelic set. I mean, like, well after I needed it, but still, it's kind of cool, I guess. Magic. Alright, here's my magic's mule. More garbage that I don't actually need, but is what it is, I guess. Okay, and then Gem's Mule. Two, three, four. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch over to the... Oh, I'm actually out of... Seems like I'm out of space on this character. I've already filled them all up. Well, if I need another one, I can try to make more room on... I think I can just delete this one, can't I? Okay, yeah, this one doesn't have anything on them, so I'll dismiss or delete this. Sweet. Alright, freed up an extra spot. And I think Ral and P Amethyst. I'm actually pretty close. I want to finish like farming up all the Rals and P Amethysts. I think I could probably be able to do that as I spam a whole bunch of Trav runs. I think that's what it's going to boil down to. So I still need like another 20 P Amethysts. Yeah, closer than I thought to finishing my crafts mule. I'm going to sell that for... Like, I'm basically trying to scrape my way over to a burr rune with crafting packs and P-gems, but I guess that's how it usually goes. And then here we go. Here's my Ohm rune, my first and only high rune of the season. I'm not too upset. I mean, obviously, I would have preferred it to be a burr or a jaw outright, but of course, a high rune is a high rune, and I'm not going to complain that RNG has graced me with such a lovely find. Yeah. Alright. What else do I need now? Oh yeah. There's these three. So that means I get the Rune Mule. I have room for this shale? Oh well, I actually have just enough room for the shale. And then the last two items goes on my Spirit Mule. Alright. Any final things anyone wants to say? If not, I'm going to be hopping off here, I think. I mean, I have to, I guess, go over what my gear looks like, but aside from that, I think I'm done. Or, like, should be absolutely dunzos at this point. So, yeah, that's that. It's been a good stream, but if yeah, I'm quite grateful that all of you swung on by, but yeah, I'm gonna be... This is a good place for me to go. Also, one other issue. These MF small charms have been on my in my stash for some time. I'm gonna move them on my switch mule. Okay, good. That's that. I think I'm good here. Tele charges are in order. Corpse explosion charges are in order. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Hum. Everything is a-okay on this front. TPs, IDs set. And yeah, that's it for me. So, I'm going into hell. And I'm going to go over my gear real quick, and I think that'll be that. Actually, come to think of it, my gear... Okay, here. Nothing on my characters changed from when I started the stream, aside from this one adjustment. My Geeds is now much better than my old one. I think my old one was like 90 gold fine and like 26 MF or something. Now it's like 153 and 34. And even the vendor prices is higher too. So yeah, see, that was like the one adjustment I made. And I found an Ohm rune. That's basically the recap for today. Some pretty insane finds I got. Also some decent uniques along the way, but mostly just the one Ohm rune was the big find. I would welcome other like mid runes so I could have more bargaining chips to trade, although this is my last item I'm looking for, just Grizz Caddy. And then after that it's just Enigma Infin. And I already have my low rune for Fortitude. Oh, you know what else I need? I need Marowaks too. But yeah, I'm just looking for 5 items, so not really dying for mid runes. Just P-gems at this point, so I can trade them for Enigma runes eventually. Alright, folks, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully I'll catch you all when I do my stream on, I think it'll be Sunday. Sorry if those of you or others showed up late and were hoping for like a longer stream, but I guess it do be like that. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Alright. Yeah, to any lurkers and anyone who chatted, particularly Mara, Hum, and Hom, it's good to see you guys again. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D2, signing out.